So we're excited about that. Really quickly, I just want to do some announcements and get these knocked out of the way. Oh, and you're gonna have to help me with this, Selena. So when you want to find everything we have, basically it's almost a website wide sale going on, but the specific products that you will be seeing today, we will have a link, and Selena will be posting that link right there on this live. Now, there's something I want to tell everybody, and this is really important. If it was me, what I would do is I would get a pad and a piece of paper, and a pencil or pen, and I would write these products down, the ones that you're interested in. You're not going to want to miss the live. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm trying to focus on something, I want to be able to focus 100% of my attention on that. So if I'm looking at products and I know, hey, I want that product, I'm just going to jot it down. So we're going to try to mention the name of each product as we go. And so just write it down. And then at the end, you can go to that link where on the live where the virtual trade show is, and all those products will be listed with the price. So we've made it really easy, and we've taken all the thinking out of it for you so you can focus on what you love, and that is what these products can do for you, okay? So, I've got that done. Quilters Group Contest. This is our first winner this month, which is June, and Lisa's got the winner, and she's going to be mentioning that. But every single month, Lisa's kind of taken over the Quilters Group, and so she's come to me with all these ideas, and I just let her go to town because they've all been extremely, really good ideas, and I'm excited to see what it produces. It just keeps the interaction going. It keeps people on the Quilters Group. But better than that, that's our benefit. But for your benefit, you get a $100 gift card if you win. And then every month, it's a new template, it's a new project, and Lisa will put all the instructions of what we can use and how many times you can post and all that good stuff. But Lisa will let you know that as we get closer. The $100 gift card's in it for you. So make sure that you participate. And of course, do it now, because the more we do this every month, the more and more people are going to start participating, and the harder and harder it is going to be to win that gift card. So make sure you try to participate. Okay. Once we get done with the virtual trade show, we actually came down to the wire today to get this done. But after the virtual trade show, we mentioned a few weeks back we did a sale. We're going to try to do a bi-weekly sale. Well, not going to try. We are going to do a bi-weekly sale now that the virtual is going to be done and over and completed.
Yeah, we had to get through this.
We had to get through this. And I do overstock products. I do some new products on there. But as I've always told everybody for years and years and years, the Martelli Quilters Group, it's an inclusive group that, we want to introduce our new products there. We want to show new things to people and give you the better prices. So when we come up with something new, it will be on the Quilters Group before it's offered to anybody else, any other customer. So if you're watching right now and you're not part of the Martelli Quilters Group, make sure you join. You simply go to Facebook, type in Martelli Quilters Group, you ask to join, and it's that simple. The other thing I want to tell you, if you're watching right now and you're not signed up to our email list, go to the website and make sure you sign up for our email. It's really important. That tells you what's coming out on the Quilters Group. That tells you about the contest. That tells you about our sales. And so that doesn't leave the onus on you to go to our website every few weeks to see, hey, do they have a sale? No, we're going to notify you. We can't do that if you're not signed up for our email. So just go to martellinotions.com, put in your email address so you can get all the notifications, which is really important. We're going to do a couple giveaways today. This one's going to be a little bit different. So how we're going to do this, write this down. Remember I said get a pen and a piece of paper? This is really important, okay? From 10:30 to 10:35, that gives you 5 minutes. Between 10:30 and 10:35, you need to write in the comment section prize. That's all you need to do. Like, comment, and share it. Now you don't have to like, comment, and share it. I'm asking you really quickly, make sure you like, comment, and share this video so it gets out to a lot of people and it gets us in the algorithm higher. But what I'm asking for you is between 10:30 and 10:35, you need to comment the word prize, okay? And then from 11:15 to 11:20, comment the word prize. We're going to do this twice. We have an auto-generated, We have an auto-generated pick that we're going to use, okay? Now, once we go on there, right before I start demoing the tables, I'm going to tell you the winners. Now, this is why I said you need a pen and piece of paper. Call our office. If I called you, I'm not going to know who to send it to. If you're one of our faithful people that won and you're in the system, it won't be a problem. But if you're a newbie and you want to win between 10:30 and 10:35 and 11:15 to 11:20, you're going to comment the word prize. If you are a winner, you have to call the office, 850-433-1414. Ask for Marissa. Tell her who you are, your address, and we'll make sure that you win the prize. Okay?
You already got people saying prize.
Yeah, no. It has to be 10:30, between 10:30 and 10:35. And then again, 11:15 to 11:20.
He made it difficult, didn't he?
I sure did. I want people to stay with me through the whole thing. It's going to be for your benefit because there's a lot of cool new stuff out there. But 5 minutes also, because there's only a certain amount of people that I'm going to just write the word prize between those times. If you're new, make sure you call the office, 850-433-1414. Make sure you give your name and your address. The first prize that we're going to be doing today is an ergonomic machine tilt, small. It's great for classes and retreats. Look at this little flies. Brutal. But it's going to be a small machine tilt. And what it does, it tilts your sewing machine. It takes all the stress off your neck, back, and shoulders. And it's great for classes, retreats, cruises, events, anything that you're going to go sewing and quilting with friends. It's a fantastic product. The other one we're going to do is a 13 by 13 block press. So
what, the big one?
Yeah. So both of those prizes are well over $100. So make sure that you comment the word prize between those times that I mentioned. Okay. Now, at the very end of this virtual trade show, okay, I'm going to get into the tables a little bit. I'm going to be showing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be showing 5 tables today. I'm going to be giving individual prices on those tables and what comes with it. If you decide you want to get one of those tables, and I have 2 new tables for you today that nobody's ever seen. So if you decide that you want to get one of those tables, you can click on the link on the virtual trade show and go down to the name of the table. It tells you the table, how much the show price is, and what you get with it. Now, however, I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 table bundles. And what I mean by that, on the table bundles, it's multiple tables. I'm like every other company in the world. The more you purchase, the less expensive it becomes. So take advantage of those table bundles. Please take advantage of those. I will be showing the table bundles last. I will tell you the tables that's in that bundle, and every single table that you get in that bundle is going to come with the same products as they do if you buy the single table. So single tables you're going to buy online. Like, let's just say I'm showing you a sensational advantage. You're going to go to the virtual trade show on live. You're going to click on the sensational advantage. It's going to have a price, and it's going to show you every product that comes with it. So single tables, we're going to order online. Table bundles are going to be different. Once I show you the table bundles, you're going to call me. James, can you put my number on there when the time comes? If just for you, that if you're watching this after the fact, because we're going to have a lot of people watching this today, tomorrow. So the sale's going to go through next week. Next Monday, I think, is when it ends. But my number's 850-512-2222. That is my work cell phone number. So if you want a table bundle, you're going to write it down. That's why we have to
go ahead and just jot it down right now.
Just say table bundle 1. I don't want to give it away, but table bundle 1, this table, and this table. So if you want a table bundle, you're going to text me. I return my calls as quickly as I possibly can in the order which I receive them. So we only do a virtual trade show like twice a year. So I get bombarded with calls. So the other thing that I'm going to tell you, which is really, really exciting to me this year, so we do a lot of trade shows. Most of you know that. We have trade show pricing. Because this was such a big deal and it's our 25th company anniversary, the show price that you get at trade shows, we're doing it less than that by probably 15%. So the sales that we're having here, I've never offered these prices. And I will never offer them again. That's why with the table bundles, I didn't want to put them online. Because if I put those table bundles online and you see the price, that's going to become an expectation. I don't want that expectation out there. These are going to be best prices that we've ever given, especially with the table bundles. Even the single tables are better than show pricing. But the bundles are really ridiculous. But you know what? I appreciate everybody that's been with us since the inception. Take advantage of these sales. It's because of you that we are who we are. So this is our way of saying thank you. We appreciate you very much. So remember, at the very end, now, if you want to buy a single table, you go online and click and you want to buy it and you have a question, you can still reach out to me. I'll still answer it. Just we're gonna buy all the tables, single tables. We're gonna buy those online. And then, of course, the table bundles are going to go through me. And again, 850-512-2222. What's up?
I just wanted you to see all the people that's just commenting. And Miss Ross said, I have 5 of your tables.
I love it. I love it. This is another thing, too, that I'm super excited that we've never done. So for the last few years, well, actually, it's probably been the last 5 or 6 years, we go to these shows. And just because, like Miss Ross said, I have 5 of the tables, a lot of significant others, let's just leave it at that. A lot of significant others steals their tables and they use it for kite making, photos, glass making. I've even heard
Architects. I mean, anybody who uses a what a craft there is. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, if there's somebody, you're going to have to call me for this too. If you want a table and you don't want the sewing machine and the sewing, the mat cut out and all your tables, you can call me, and I'm going to honor, because these tables are such a good price. You can now buy a table for your significant other, and we'll just sell you the table with the no-slip cutout in there, so it can be used for anything. You know, especially with the Quilter's Cart. You're going to want to pay attention when I get to the Quilter's Cart Pro, because that price is really, really going to be unbelievable. And you can use those. I have several at my house, and I don't even use them for sewing and quilting. I don't even use them for sewing and quilting. But anyways, we'll talk about more when we get there. So again, the instructions: you're buying single tables. You're going to go online and you're going to purchase them. If you have questions, you can call me. When we get to the table bundles, I'll tell you what they are. If you want to buy a table bundle, I'm going to give you the price. You're going to reach out to me directly, and I'm going to do the invoices over the phone. So that's huge. Okay, now we mentioned the tables for the others, for crafts, hobbies, and stuff like that. We don't have to put the sewing stuff in the table. So just we can honor the same prices. That way for Christmas, if somebody has a birthday coming up, a significant other, and let's say they like to work on cleaning guns or fishing rod and reels, and you want them to have their very own table, we can make that table for them and put the no slip, so they can still have the tilt feature, the up and down feature, and it doesn't take your table away from your hobby and your craft and your time. So just keep that in mind. So I think that's it. Did I miss anything? We talked about signing up for the
You want to say hello to some people?
Yeah.
Real quick. They're all right there.
That's, you know I'm blind. Miss Bazzi, good to see you. Miss Casper, Miss Jones, good to see you. Miss Flagel, Miss Lasky, always good to see you. Raj, what's up, buddy? Sonia Hart, Miss Dietrich, good to see you. Miss Smith, Miss Snyder.
Let's go back to the very beginning.
Yeah,
we had a whole lot. We've been so many of you on here, and it's just a good show right now. So it's going to be fun.
Hi, welcome everybody.
Thank you everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah, I see a lot of my normals on there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Lisa's going to start with the template set. We have Marissa. Oh, let me do this real quick. James, come here. I want everybody, hadn't seen James in a while.
You want to see behind the scenes? Behind the scenes.
Haircut?
I'm playing hooky.
Yeah.
Can't get him in trouble.
Yeah, I can't do that. I forgot. Sorry, James, about that. I completely forgot.
Got Marissa here. We got Selena here.
I had to pull his arm to come out there, so I can't show his face because he's doing me a favor. Sorry, James.
But he's teaching Selena so that she'll be able to do this. So it's very good.
You can disguise your voice and say hello.
Hey everyone.
There you go. All right, and then we have Selena here too. She's gonna be helping. So I'm gonna be on Facebook. I'm gonna be monitoring the comments. So if you have a question while she's showing stuff, so we don't slow things down, I will be monitoring that, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Without further ado, Lisa, let's get started.
Right.
Good to see you.
Well, let's start with thank you, and we're going to do our final announcement before we start with the actual trade show. I wanted to go ahead and announce our winner for our Martelli Certificate of Achievement. This is for our Martelli Fan Favorite Challenge. Are y'all ready? Come on, let's get a drum roll. Do we have a drum roll? Yay! Do we have a drum roll? Okay. All right. So this is our very first winner is, and I'm going to flip this around. I don't know if you can see it. Patricia Ross. You are our very first winner for our Fan Favorite Challenge. And you all have seen the photo. She did the bone pillow. And she had her puppy on the bone pillow. So I think that's what sold it right there. It was the fan favorite. We had, 17, 18 people that voted for that one. That one had our #1 fan favorite on there. So you are the winner, Miss Patricia, for our very first June fan favorite. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about what next month is. Well, this month for July, it's all about the stars. And I mean any template that is a star. And I have them all right here. So I'm going to pull them up, and then I've got samples for you. So just so that you know, everything's about the stars. And it's going to be our templates that are our stars. So it's not going to be like a pattern that has, a purchase pattern. It's going to be Martelli templates that are stars. And it's going to be all the stars. And if you do not have any of these templates for the month of July, every one of the templates I'm getting ready to show you now is going to be available for purchase for 50% off. Give us another day, though, to get that heading put onto the website so that you'll be able to click on it. You'll be able to see the Martelli fan favorite in the categories, and then you'll see all the templates that are going to be 50% off. That's part of the challenge for the month of July. So that being said, here are the stars. We've got the large twin star. That one's in it. plus we got the Twin Star smaller set. So I've got them right here. Anything that's star. We have the Twisted Star, and I've got the samples for these. So like here's our Twisted Star. I still need to do a video on making the Twisted Star, but the Twisted Star is included on this. We have the Lemoyne Star, both sizes. If you make a project with the Lemoyne Star, it's going to be either the 10 or the 12, whatever size. All you have to do, like I said, is just make something with one of these templates and post that picture. Get your friends and family to like on it, to comment on it, and that's going to get you to be the winner. All right, so here's some more stars. We have the Martelli Star Template Set Large. We have the small set. We have one of our newer templates that was in a Christmas box a while back. It was the 4-point star template set. This was more like a Christmas, but I couldn't not have these in here. All of our Star Davids are also included.
I think they should be good to go. Okay. All right.
Star David, here's the 3.5 inch, the 3 inch. Now I use these for several things. I've made really cool ornaments with it. 2 inch, the 2.5 inch, the 1.5 inch. They're all in here. So these are all the templates that I could find that was everything about stars. So you might already have them. You might have already made some things with them. Just find that photo and post it onto the Martelli Quilters group. That's where you're going to post all your pictures. And then please put a hashtag on there, Martelli fan favorite, and that will help me easily find them. Every single photo that comes on, I will like it, get it started, and then we will see where we go from there. So here's just a few samples of some of the things I have done over the years. You've already seen the Twisted Star. Here's one of the stars made into like a placemat. Here's a whole bunch of them where I was playing around with those same stars and made little mug rugs and little stuffy little ornaments. I was trying my hand at trying to make a little oven mitt with this one. Here's just a large one, 2-sided, just whatever you can make that you use the Martelli star. Here's why I made a table runner with the trees and put the Star David in the middle. Here is a Lemoyne Star pillow. Here is a pin cushion. I'm just going to pull all these out. Pin cushion. Here's where I use a lot of the Star Davids for. You'll see all these in here. I mean, I've just got all kinds of stars that I pulled out everything stars that I had. And here's the 4-point star. They always made a fun little stuffed ornament that you can hang on your tree. Here's where we took the bone, large dog bone, and put the stars on it for a mat for your pet. Put the brown on the back. Again, just big stars, all of these here. Again, the 4-point star. Anything star, that's all you have to do. Make a project, find one of your projects you've done, take a picture, post it on the Martelli Quilters group, Martelli fan favorite, hashtag that, and then start waiting for all the people to comment on it, like it, and then we're good to go, and that will be for July. And then on the 1st of August, we'll announce the winner for July, and we'll start our new challenge. All right, so that is, had to get that one out. I was going to actually do this today after the show, but David said, oh, go ahead and start it now. So I'm going to hand things off to Marissa, and we're going to get started on the show, the things that we have going on for it. Can I get that? All right, item number 1. This is brand new to you. Y'all haven't seen this except through a sneak peek. This one is our new Peekaboo Color Pop shoulder bag. And I'm thinking, David likes to always show things to the Quilters group first, but I did this for the show first. So here are your templates. This is the 2 pieces that you get with this. This is the Martelli Peekaboo Color Pop shoulder bag. Have the full written instructions on here. And what does it make? Look at these cool bags. Cute. Fantastic shoulder bag, and I've done it in so many different colorways. Here's one, and the first 3 I'm going to show you is where I did some different things with the handles. I'm going to pull out this one. This is the actual version that's in the instructions on how the handles are going to be on it. How fun is this? Great print. Then you got your Papa color on here. Super, super easy to do. When you open it up, you've got a nice pockets on the inside. It's got a zipper on the top. And in the instructions, I actually have where you can add these little D-rings on the corners so that you can hang other things on it just to dress it up a little bit. But this is the Martelli Peekaboo Color Pop Shoulder Bag. Now this retails for, it's going to retail for $49.88, but for you guys today, it is 35% off. So this one is $32.42. $32.42. This is, again, the Peekaboo Color Pop. Now, we're going to be filming the video probably in a day or so. So by the time you guys get this, the video will be up and going for you. But this one is just so much fun. It goes together quickly. I mean, just a couple of hours, and you'll be able to easily put this together. What I love about it is it looks like it's so much harder than what it actually is by doing this little pleating on the front. But have fun with your fabrics. Have fun with the colors. It's absolutely adorable. And I hope you like this as much as I've enjoyed making. You see, I got 6 of them here. I've just been playing with it and having a lot of fun with it. So again, that was item number 1. It is the Peekaboo Color Pop Shoulder Bag, full written instructions, and the 2 templates on sale for today for $32.42.
Please forgive me if you've already mentioned this. People commenting, where can I see videos? So if they have a video on it, will you let them know?
Yeah, our videos are always going to be on our YouTube channel. So if you go to Martelli Notions YouTube channel, most of all of our videos are on there, and this will be posted on there also. I just haven't got it filmed yet, but by the time you get this in your hands, there will be a video that will be completed. But any other questions on that? Good, good. All right, so we're going to move on to item number 2. So these are kind of brand new to all of you too. And so there's a couple different settings that we have with this one. This one is our numbers and our letters. And I've got it kind of broken down in different segments here. So give me just a second. I'm going to pull all these out, because not only do we have our alphabet, which is the large all capitals A through Z and 0 through 9, but we're also going to talk about the numbers, the special characters, and the lowercase. So I have them all right here, so I'm going to just pull them all out. All right. First set that I'm going to show is our A through Z capital and our numbers 0 through 9. These retail for about $200, $199. So these are the letters that we're talking about. Not only do you get the actual letter template, but you also get the fussy cut window that goes with it. So I'm going to grab, I think these are the fussy cut windows right here. So you're getting everything for these. Now these letters, the large letters, the uppercase letters, they measure approximately 5 to 6 inches in height. But you get the alphabet, fussy cut, and you get the letters. So the first grouping is A through Z and 0 through 9. So I'm not sure how many pieces that is total. It's like 70 or 72 pieces total. Retails for $199. Today you're getting it for $129.99 to get this set right here. Set number 2 is our lower case letters. Now I don't have the full set with me, so I just grabbed the ones that's in our Love You Buy. So these are lower case from the Cooper Black line that they are, but they're about 2.5 to 3.5 inches tall. So the same thing, you're going to get the entire alphabet A to Z lowercase. And I'm just going to pull out so that you can see about the sizes. So you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get the fussy cut window, and you're going to get the coordinating letter that goes with, like here is the U. I believe this is the U. So you'll be getting all of these pieces with it too. Now that one, just the lowercase only. So it's all of, again, the letters. So what is that, 26, 50, 52 pieces. Retails, the full retail on that one is $149.88. Right now you're getting it for $97.42. So that is for the alphabet lowercase. So that's the second one. The next one I have is if you just want numbers only, just 0 through 9, just the numbers only. I have those right here. So here's the numbers only. So you get, and they measure about, I want to say also probably about 4 to 5 inches, I guess, for the numbers. So you're going to get the numbers, and of course you're also going to get the fussy cut windows 0 through 9. And those are, if you want just the numbers only, and they work well with the uppercase and the lowercase letters. The numbers only is normally $49.88. Today you can get them for $32.42. So that's the numbers only. And then the last one, this is why I guess David said have a pen and paper so that you know what they are. And the last one is, you haven't seen these because we just got these cut yesterday. This is the special characters. Had several people who have wanted special characters. So we chose about 6 of them for the special characters. The special characters are, and I'm going to pull them for you. You have the $sign. We have the hash mark. We have the and. We have the at. And you're going to have, I can't show it like this. We've got our question mark and our exclamation point. So you get 6 of them. So you're going to have all the special characters. The special characters brand new. You haven't seen them. We just got these cut out so that I could show them for you today. So they retail also, when we get them online, it's going to be $49.88. But today, $32.42. So $32.42, 35% off. Everything that I'm going to be showing you is basically 35% off. Again, you're going to get 6 plus the fussy cut, so basically 12 pieces to that. All right, so that is everything on the, that I have for letters and numbers on everything for character number items number 2. Do I have any questions on this one at all, David? Because I know it's probably kind of confusing. Okay, so let me kind of get these all put back together because these got to go back into certain things, like we're going to be showing Love You Buy, and we're going to be showing you the home in a little bit. So let's put all these back. And I believe, like she said, she's going to get everything up online so that you'll be able to see everything. All right, so that's, again, the A through Z, 0 through 9, $129.99. That's the full alphabet uppercase. Lowercase only, $97.42. That's A through Z, no numbers. Numbers only, 0 through 9, $32.42. Special characters, $32.42. So that's all of these. I'm going to hand this back to Marissa, and we'll start with our next one. All right, put this one in number 3 with that one. All right, so this one is one that we did in the Sew and Show box. And I can't remember what month we actually did this one. So this is our home. This is our home pattern and templates.
Like, comment, share.
What?
Like, comment, share.
Oh, like, comment, and share. Is it 10:35?
Oh,
Yeah, they got 3 minutes.
They were ahead of you.
They
got 3 minutes to post.
3 minutes to post. Like, comment, share. Be sure to do that. Do that. All right, so this bundle right here is our home pattern and template set. So you're just going to get HOME. So it's going to be the templates to make the home, HOME, and the fussy cut windows, and you're going to get the patterns. So that's what this one is. Yep.
Size of the uppercase. 2 questions. Size of the uppercase. What are the size of the uppercase?
Yeah.
And have you actually made magic with it?
Yes. Yes. I'm getting ready to show them.
Yeah, well, I was just asking.
Yep. So here's this one is the home. So I'm going to show you, the letters with home, HOME. So this is the pattern in the template, but this is showing you the letters. Now the letters on these vary in size. They are going to be about 5.5 inches tall to 6 inches tall, depending on the size of the letters. That's the size of the height. The width is, my mat is backwards, so I'm taking me, figure out, about 6.5 inches. But all of these letters fit in an 8-inch square, so that you know. So it's an 8-inch square is a fussy cut window, and then you have the letters that all fit inside of it. So it's going to be smaller than 8, about 6.5, 6. Some of them might be a little bit smaller, maybe closer to 5.5 in height. But this is here showing you HOME. That's what this one is. You get the pattern and you get the templates to make this. I'm going to show you some other examples of where I've done it. Where here I've done the O, where I did a rough cut and I stuffed it a little bit. Here's where I pinked it with the raw edges. Here's where I took it and I actually satin stitched around it. This has got the blanket stitching on it. Here's where I did reverse applique, so it was really good to have the fussy cut window for that, to do the reverse applique look for the letters. There is just so many different things here. There's cut out on foam, just so many different applications. You might want to put if you're making a quilt and you want to put their name on the quilt, or if you want to put just their initials on the quilt, this would be a great reason why you'd want to have the letters for that. Or the numbers, if you want to put a certain date on a quilt, maybe an anniversary, or maybe you're making a wedding quilt and you want to put their, the day they got married, like for me, July 21st, 1983. I mean, you could do, it gives you a little bit more uses for the letters and numbers. The special characters, if you have a certain website, you can use the @ sign or the pound sign. I mean, there's just so many different uses of being able to do these projects with using the letters and numbers. And I know people have been wanting the letters and numbers for years, and we're finally getting them out there for you. They do not have brown on them, so it gives you a little bit of being able to move it around a little bit, easy to trace them, but some of them you can easily cut with using the rotary cutter, but we did not put the brown on these, but we went ahead and made them so that you get all the pieces instead of just getting part of it. Here's another variation on the home that I haven't quite finished, but here's where I got this one done, where I did it a little bit different on the outer edges. Got to get it finished, but this is the home wall hanging. Again, this one retails for, let me find it on here. I think I have it. Number 3. Home retails for $59.88, and today you're getting it for $38.92. So you're going to get the letters, the pattern, everything you need to be able to make it. And then there is a video. If you go to YouTube, you'll be able to find the video on our home wall hanging. This was one of our sew and show projects that we did just a couple of months ago. All right, so that is home pattern and templates. Moving on to our next one. This cord's going to trip me up. All right, this one is also the next one that we did right after home. We did Love You Buy. I did this one because I've been seeing this everywhere, the Love You Buy sign, and I wanted it to be a part of our home so you could make it above the door banner. So that's what the Love You Buy is from. You're going to get the Love You Buy letters, and you're also going to get the pattern for this one. Now these are slightly smaller. So these letters are probably about, say I'm looking at 1, 2, 2.5, 3 inches is about the size of the letters, plus you get the fussy cut window. And I believe most of these are in a 5-inch square. So they're going to be smaller than the 5-inch. So 2.5 to 3 inches is about the size of the letters for the Love You Buy, lowercase. They're all lowercase. And so you'll have that, plus you'll have the patterns in here. And to make it, you make this cute little, I actually have this hanging in my house. This is above the door topper, but you could put it anywhere. You could change it up if you wanted it to be Love You Buy. If you could change it to however you want it to be, you can have it go in any direction. I'm going to show you the very first one I made. This is when the prototype of what started it was this one right here. And it goes together pretty quickly. It's just simple applique, and it's just simple patchwork going around the outside. So it's just a fun project. And you could make it longer. You could make it shorter. You could design it how you want it to be. But this is Love You Buy. This was also in the sew and show box. I had Miss Eileen wanted to make sure that I say that. Which ones was in the sew and show box? This was in the sew and show box a couple of months ago. This, again, retailed for the $59.88, I believe. I'm going to number... It was $59.88 it is on sale for today, $38.92. $38.92. That is Love You Buy. All right, let's go to number 5. All right, so this one you've seen before, but I wanted to show it again because I think this one is kind of one of those unsung heroes. This is the Martelli potato bag, right? I mean, kind of a boring thing, a potato bag, really, but I see so many things that you can make with the potato bag template. So with this, you're going to get the big template. All of our templates have our brown on the back, unless it's the letters and numbers, but you get the full template. You've got full written instructions on here on how to make the potato bag. So the potato bag is just one of those things that does more than just baking a potato in the oven. This is for your cauliflower. This is your corn on the cob. So many things that you could easily just throw into the bag, throw it in your microwave. Be sure it's 100% cotton fabric, cotton thread. cotton batting, all of that. You want to make sure of that so it doesn't scorch or anything. Full written instructions on here. But again, this is one of those templates that makes so many other things just using a little bit of your imagination. Here is the basic potato bag. I have 2 or 3 of these at home. I'm always using them at home in my house. It's just so simple to make, such a great gift to give to somebody. But think outside the box. What other things can I do with it? Well, here's a cute little, shorten it up a little bit, cute little wallet on here. Put a snap on here. Fun little project that you can make, just a little storage bag. I'm going to show you another. Here's another potato bag in a different fabric. Add a little handle on it, because when you pull it out of the microwave, it has, it's got a little moisture to it. So put a little hanger on it and just hang it up to dry, and then you'll be able to use it again. Throw it in the washer, hang it up to dry. I wouldn't throw this in the dryer, but hang it up to dry. Great project. Easy to use. Here's another little bag that you can easily use that same template. Can you see it? Just take this side piece, bring it down, and now you've made a cute little bag. A smaller potato bag. If you don't want it to be as big, you can make it smaller. It's in the instructions to make it different sizes. But I wanted to show you this. Make it a little bit bigger, and now you've got a laptop or an iPad holder. Put a couple D-rings on here, put a strap on it. Now you can carry this as a bag. But one of the things that I really liked making it for was how easy it was to make this water bottle holder. So put a zipper on it. Look at that. So you can easily put your zipper, just playing with the tip a little bit, just moving the fabric around, and you can make some fun things, add a handle to it. So I love the potato bag because there's so many different things that you can make with it. All right, so this is normally $38.99, but you can get yours today for $25.34. Very great project, very fun to do, great things with this one. All right, so let's move on. That was potato bag. We are now moving to item number 6, another item for the kitchen. This is our casserole cozies. We've got 2 different sizes, and they're based on the Pyrex dishes that most of us all have. We have an 8x8, and we have the 9x13. And what I love about these, particularly when you're coming upon, holidays where you're going to be making things to take, is that you can make some cute little bag or cute little casserole cozies to carry everything. You can put some Insul-Bright in them to make them a little more insulated for whether you're doing something that's hot or doing something that's cold. What I love about the Martelli casserole cozies is that we've got this big, huge handle that wraps around the edges, so you can easily grab something or carry it without burning your hands, because you can wrap this around your handles. So this is the 8x8 casserole cozy. This is the 9x13, and make them for your home. If you have somebody who's just getting a brand new house, take them some food, give them the casserole cozy, and leave it with them. It makes a nice gift for whatever person that you're making these for. Absolutely fun to do. Make them color coordinate them for the season, for the holidays. And they go together quickly, so you can put regular batting in them. You can put some Insul-Bright in them. They go together so fun. All right, the 8x8 casserole cozy. That's this one right here. The 8x8 casserole cozy, and I'm going to find it on my list, retails for, I can't see it, $29.99. On sale, the 8x8 is $19.49 for under 20 bucks. And then the 9x13. The 9x13 retails for $39.99, but today you can get it for $25.99. So if you don't have the casserole cozies, go ahead and pick them up today and use them. You're going to absolutely love them. Just one of those great fun projects to have in your kitchen. All right, that is casserole cozy. And we're moving on to number 7. That's this one. Thank you. I'm feeling kind of bad about this one. This one is the puff pouch. And you have seen the puff pouch. This is one of those things that we did in one of our subscription boxes. And we have it in so many different sizes. How many sizes do we have this in? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 different sizes of the puff pouches. This was a very big kit. This is one I think we did our very first year for the Sew and Show boxes. So I have them all, the templates, but I don't have all the samples. They've come up missing. I think they might be at a show. So I can only show you what I got. I have a mini and I have a large. I don't have all the sizes of samples to show you, but I do have all the templates here. So this is the puff pouch. The mini puff pouch was in a Christmas box that we had done, I think, the year before last. So here's the mini, and it makes this a cute, adorable, little teeny tiny, perfect for candy treats, coins, whatever you want to put in here. Fun little tiny little mini puff pouch. And you get a full size for this one. The mini is, let's see, the mini puff pouch normally is $14.99. This one's under 10 bucks, $9.74 for the mini puff pouch. Then the next size up is the small. So I don't have one to show you. It's just slightly bigger than that one. The small right here, it is, let me find my puff pouch again. So the small is normally $36. You can get this one for $23.40. All of them have written instructions, every one of them, and there is a video. So you can go online and watch the videos on putting together the puff pouch. The next size up is our medium, and I don't have the medium template here, but there's a medium. The medium is on sale right now for $25.35. The next one up is the large, and that's this one right here. This one is the large. So the medium is slightly smaller than this one. And it is on sale for $29.90 right here. And then the extra large, and it was so much fun. I have that fabric. I did this one, I think, in Lilo and Stitch, a big bag. I added straps to it. It was a lot of fun to make this one. The big one here is on sale for $31.85. So these are the puff pouches. So be sure to pick them up if you don't have them. They are fun. They go together quickly. You can use foam. You can use a little bit, you can use batting in here. I think they work better with the larger sizes to use the double-sided or single-sided fusible foam because it gives it a little bit more body, shows it a little bit more on the puffiness here. This one I just got regular batting in here, so you can not quite see the puffiness in it. This one here, I believe I have maybe some fusible fleece in this one, but it's just a fun project, and this is one of those great projects if you're wanting to teach kids how to sew and you're wanting to teach them learning how to do zippers, because this is a very easy zipper placement. Of course, watch the video. We go through all the different steps on putting together the puff pouch. So that one was our number 7. We're getting ready to move on to number 8. Is there anything that you need to say? Do we need to announce your winner? You already got your thing, David? Your giveaway?
Yeah, we'll mention that later.
Okay, I'm just going to keep on going. All right, number 8. And we're almost halfway through. All right, number 8, we're going to be doing the unitote. So this one here is another one where all of my samples are not here with me. But the unitote is a project that we had done also on the Sew and Show box. And I think it was a couple months after we had done the puff pouch. Love this one because it's called unitote because it was universal. And I think James had something to do with the name on this one when we were trying to come up with a name for it, because I said that can be used for just about anything. We'll make it universal. Well, that's long. So we went with unitote. And it's great, another great project. But what I like about this one is when we were learning, one of the different things that we did throughout the Sew and Show boxes, I wanted to continue to expand on techniques that you were learning from the month prior and, adding onto this one. So we did beginner zipper, and now we learned a zipper with tabs, and then we learned how to do a hidden zipper. So we learned different phases. What you guys did not know was as we were learning these things, I was learning these things, because if you guys know me, I've never been a big fan of zippers. I don't know how many times I've said that over the years. But as we were doing these projects, I've been teaching myself to be better at zippers. The hard part is always putting it in writing for you, but then it was always so much fun to learn these different techniques. And we always expanded on these techniques. So as you learn these things each month, as we were doing our Sew and Show boxes, these were things that you could take that application and apply it to something else. And what I loved about the unitote was not only was you learning a fun technique with zippers with tabs on how to put the tabs in so they looked pretty on there, but we also learned the technique of when we were adding the straps and how they kind of wrapped around so it gave a fun look. But one of the most amazing things I loved about the unitote was how we created this accent pieces on the bottom just to give it more of an updated, to me, it's almost like a Western look to it by adding these little pieces right here. You could have made these with fabric. You can make these with vinyl. I actually made one for Shannon's mom out of leather, and it turned out absolutely beautiful with the feet on here. So the Unitote comes in 3 different sizes, and I don't have the actual number sizes on here. You can always go to the website and look those up. But we have them in a small, medium, large. So I have the small and I have the large. I just don't have the medium with me. But again, one of these great projects where we learned how to do a zipper that had the tabs, and you were doing it on a slight curve on here. You were learning how to add these accents here, and then you were learning about the straps going all the way around. So it was a fun project to do with this one. I think when we did this one, I think we did it all in CAFE fabric. So we did CAFE on the outside, CAFE on the inside. We learned how to make the interior pockets. Again, so you can go to the website, you can go to YouTube channel, type in the Unitote, and you'll see the full tutorial. What I love about it is you can always stop it, pause it, you know, catch up. It keeps you teaching you these different techniques to make these fun projects. So we got the small, medium, and large. So I'm going to pull them out so that you can see them. This one here is the small right here, and it is on sale. I'm not going to give you the retail price. I'm just going to give you the sale price. The small right now is $19.49. For under $20, you can get the small. Full written instructions, and of course you have the video with it. Our medium, and that's the size I believe that we did on the, that was in your Sew and Show box. You can get this one right now for $23.39. So imagine the size that's going to be between these 2 sizes right here, because this is the big one. It's going to be in between. And then we have our large Unitote, big template here, $32.49. You got your accent piece, you've got your main piece, you got written instructions, and of course the video.
Once you're done with that, for somebody that wants to know about the Christmas box, we have 32 left.
32
Christmas boxes
okay.
left.
All right, those of you who are all about the Mary Martelli Christmas boxes or Advent calendar boxes, we have 32 left. So if you're sitting on the fence on that one, once they're gone, they're gone. So we have 32 left, so you want to be sure to jump on that one. And we'll be starting those. You know, I've been working diligently on all the projects that's going to be on that one. Every year I say this. Every year I say, oh, this is my favorite box. But I'm really liking how this one's putting together on the projects that you're going to be doing. These are projects that you're going to be able to have these great templates for, but you'll be able to make them throughout the whole year. You're going to absolutely love it. So this is a great box. We've been working hard on it, and we start shipping those out, I want to say, what, November? I think November, so that you have them by the first day of December. We get to open up a gift every day through the 25th. So if you're sitting on the fence, now's the time to pick that up before they're gone. 32 left. All right, so that was our Unitote. Yep.
A couple questions.
Yeah.
Miss Kathleen Delbaum wants to know what size puff pouch was featured in the Sew and Show.
The featured Sew and Show box 1. I'm going to have to look that up because I don't know. Let me go to the website. Huh? What? Hold on a second. I'm going to go to, I'm going to look it up because I think we actually have our measurements on there. And I'm going to type in the Unitote, right?
Puff pouch.
Puff pouch. All right, let's go to the puff pouch. Puff pouch. Search. Oh, I know I typed in puff. I'm going to find out the sizes for you because I should have wrote those down and I didn't write them down today.
We see you.
I don't know. What is this? What are we doing? I'm just not getting, it's not pulling up for me for some reason. It's just scrolling. Can anybody look that up? Look up the puff pouch and give me the dimensions of the sizes. I just don't think I have service right here.
Selena probably or Mercer.
Okay. Well, let me get those. It was Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, so just give us a second. We'll get those to you. We'll just type them in there what the sizes are for the puff pouches are.
2 other questions.
Okay.
Do you have plans to make punctuation templates?
Punctuation. So on this, for the special characters, so the punctuation would be, we have the line, we have the question mark, and we have the exclamation point. So what other punctuations that you're needing, just let me know, and we'll get those out there to you because There ain't nothing that we can't make, right, David?
Yes, we can do anything.
We can do anything. We can do it. Did you guys see the huge
I
flag?
was just about to say that.
Yeah,
Tell 'em
if
what
you
it is.
haven't seen it on our main page on the Facebook, on the group, David has a photo on there of this giant. How big was that thing?
28 feet by 15 feet.
28 feet by 15 feet. And it was the flag, but we just did the star section and we did it to regulation size. And we cut those out with the laser. I
They
mean,
use it to spray paint their field.
yeah, they used the templates to lay it out so they could spray paint the field so it could be regulation size. I mean, it was stunning. There is not much that we cannot make with the Martelli, with our laser machines. So if you have something that you want done, all you have to do is just reach out to us, reach out to support, reach out to me, reach out to David. Hey, I have something I really need for you to make for me. Can you design this? And I'm telling you, we probably can. It'll be great. Yep.
Robin Anderson wants to know if we have plate cozies.
Plate cozies. You know what? I have not done plate cozies. I've done the bowl cozies, the 4-patch bowl cozies. I've done ice cream cozies. I've done cup cozies. So if you're looking at plate cozies, what size are you looking at? 8.5, 10 inches, 12 inches? What size plates cozies are you wanting me to do? I'd be glad to come up with a plate cozy template for that. Yep, just reach out to me at learn@martellinotions.com and I'll create it for you and then we'll get it out there going. I mean, a lot of these ideas don't always come from me. They're from you. You give me the inspiration, the ideas, and then I can put it all together for you. All right, so we just finished up with our unitotes, correct? So we are on item number 9, and we're going to go to 14. So just so that you know, I'm stopping. I end at 14. So item number 9. This one, I think we did this one at the beginning of the year. This one was a sew-and-show box. So Miss Eileen, this was in the sew-and-show box. This is our Hot Dignity. Margot helped me with the name for this one because it's a Dignity scarf and bag template set. But Hot Dignity. So, Hot Diggity, Hot Dignity. So we want to have a catchy phrase for this one. So this one, it makes the scarf and the bag. And here are the templates. And they're big templates for this one. So you have everything you need. What? I think that was my watch. Watch was smoking me. So you got everything you need to be able to make the scarf and the bag in here. And you got the full written instructions and a video. So let me show you this one because this one was just the cutest little bag that they can put their scarf in. You've got a handle on here that is adjustable. Of course, you could do whatever kind of handle that you want. You have the little D-rings on here. Everything is in here to show you how to make the bag, including using the templates to make this little accessory bow that just kind of dresses it up a little bit. Just a simple little bag. And I think I'm using foam for this one, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. It's not real big. I want to say it's about 11 inches wide and about, I can't even tell by that. About 8 or 9 inches high. It's not a real big bag, but the scarf is what really makes this fun. And this is where the name came from. So you got this big, huge scarf, and I've made these out of regular cotton. I've lined them with flannel. I've lined them with fleece. I'm going to show you some of the different ones. But the reason why it's the Dignity bag or Dignity scarf, because when you put this on, I'm going to cover my mic up for a minute. It's just a stylish scarf that they can wear even in the cooler temperatures, but it protects your clothes. So like if you dribble things like I do, it's going to protect your clothes. And so it gives a little bit of dignity for some people that might have some shakiness and they don't want to mess up their outfits.
This is off the beaten track, but someone said, is there a template for sewing machine to use applique? I don't know what she means by that.
Template for sewing machines to use applique.
It says to sew applique.
Well,
yeah. Well, Miss Welch, Miss Susan, if she can try to elaborate on that.
Yeah. Well, all the letters and alphabets, are pretty much our applique type features. But I don't know what you would attach to the machine, except maybe have an applique foot. Maybe that gives you a little bit more view for when you're doing applique work. Of course, then we've got the great scissors that we have, our curved scissors, our hook neck scissors that you've seen me use all the time. Those are great for trimming applique. So reach out to me at Learn, ask me the questions, let me see if I can figure it out. All right, so going back to the scarf, this is one version of the scarf. Got a pretty fabric. I've got the flannel that on the inside of this one. Here is one where I got the polar fleece on the inside. So it just gives it a little bit more weight, but it's the same thing, keeps you warm, but also protects your clothing. This one here has minky. So the minky is actually on the outside, and then I got the cotton fabric on the inside. But you could, this is reversible. You could use either side for these big, huge scarves. Here's one, another one. I've got the pretty fabric on the outside, but I used more of a thicker minky Shannon fabric for the inside. So much variations on how you can make these. And again, this is one of those projects that goes together real fast. You're literally making the scarf in minutes. It just takes minutes to put the scarf together. Maybe about an hour or less to do your bag. It goes together real quick. Makes great gifts. And when they don't want to use the scarf, all you have to do is just take it and they can fold it up and stick it inside the bag. So you got a great little discreet place to put the bag when they're done. All right, so that is it. So this one here, the template, the patterns, the free video that you get with this one, you're going to get this one today for $32, and this is a big template set, $32.42. And let me tell you, when I look at these, I see more things that I can make with these. I just haven't had time to play with them, because when I look at templates, I always see beyond what other things, sort of like the potato bag. There's more things that you could do with these. All right, that is the Hot Dignity Scarf and Bag. That was item number 12. So we're going to item number 10. Any questions? Are we good? Good?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. All right. This one here is our Rebecca bag. Absolutely adorable bag. And I've got the two different templates so you can decide which one that you want to get with this one. So the Rebecca bag was, I'm trying to remember who the designer of this was. Rebecca bag was designed by, I've got it on the instructions if I can find it, Andrea Gale. So she came to the shop. This was her design. And she's actually the one that you're going to see doing the video. So if you go to YouTube and go to Martelli Notions and you type in Rebecca bag, the video will pop up that Miss Andrea did on creating this actual bag that I'm getting ready to pull out in the video. This is a fun bag. And this is similar. You've got the nice, beautiful zipper, curved zipper, teaching that technique on adding a zipper to a curve. You've got the snaps, so you're going to be learning that. And this is a bag that folds over. So once you zip it up, it folds over, and you've got a magnetic snap right here. You're going to learn the technique of adding the D-rings. You're going to learn the technique of creating the strap, which is adjustable. You're going to learn the technique of doing the hidden zipper in the back with the pocket right here. So that's a technique that you'll learn on her video. And I believe there's more pockets on the inside. So you've got the outer pocket, and it doesn't connect to the inner pocket. So you've got an interior zipper pocket that's with the Rebecca bag here. And then on the other side, you've got some really nice heavy duty with some stabilizing features on creating the inside pockets too, particularly on the upper lip of it. So this is a great bag. Full written instructions. The best part is you've got the video being done exactly how it needs to be done with Andrea herself doing it. Now, there's two templates with this one. You can get the half size template, full written instructions, where you just place this on the fold to cut out all of your pieces. That's the half size. This half size is $33.14 for just this one right here. But if you have a fabric that you want to showcase and you want to have something in that print that you want to be able to see and you want it to be centered, then I recommend getting the larger Rebecca bag template, because this one right here is the full size with the fussy cut windows, so that when you set this down on your fabric, you can get it positioned to what you want to see on your bag. Then you set the template on the inside and then remove the fussy cut, and you can cut around. And it's got other features to it. It has the snap placement on here for the upper part, the lower part. If you want to place it on the fold, it doesn't have that one. It just says it on here, the fold. I don't have all the different features on this one as what you see on this one, but in the instructions, she's got all the measurements so that you know where the snap placement is. But the bigger one, it's going to let you showcase your favorite fabrics and how everything's going to be nice and centered in there. So the larger one is just a few dollars more. The half one is $33.14, but the larger one with the fussy cut window is $41.59. Can't beat that one. That's a really good price. That, again, is the Rebecca bag. And I've been showcasing a lot of these bags because there's a lot of you that this is the time of year where you start making bags for the holidays, for gifts, or if you go to some of these bazaars and you make them to sell. Now's the time to get some really great templates, great patterns, video instructions so that you can make these so you can make some money or so that you can make them for gifts for friends and family. That's why I focus so much more on the bags for this show. All right. This one is item number 11, and it's the big one over there too. Put this one in there. All right, you've seen this one on several of our fabric sales. What? This is our big bag. So this is the bean bag. This one was, yeah.
I didn't even think about this. I just spent $600 on beanbags for my boat, and I could have had you made them.
What?
Yeah.
I make these. We make these.
My point was, boat
You spent $600 on
2 beanbags
for 2 bean bags?
on a boat. Yeah.
Shannon,
Yeah.
you spent $600 for 2 bean bags.
Exactly, Shannon. You're exactly right on that. But no, my point
What's
was,
this? Were they this big? Are they this big?
That's exactly what it looks like. It's just the only difference is the material. So I was just telling you that, not to.
I can make it out of anything. Canvas.
Yeah,
These can be made out of anything. Indoor, outdoor fabric. I actually have made them out of indoor, outdoor fabric.
But I'm saying outside, like in floor rooms, on boats, pontoon boats,
Yep.
bigger boats.
Yep.
Those
And you can pick up the filler beads and online anywhere too.
that's
If
what
you
made me think of that. The beads are cheap.
you really messed up, dude.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Give everybody that idea.
That's why this one is so light, because I filled it with, what is our packing material? The ones that people like to pop. But these were designed because I wanted them to be easy to put together without having any curves to it. So the basis for creating the beanbag, larger and small, is our hexagon right here on the edges. So you're not having to do any curve sewing, like if it was a circle on the end. So that's how this was all started. But these are our bean bags, and then we have them in 2 different sizes, large and small. And to tell you the truth, the large came first. When I created these, it was for a necessity reason. They were mainly designed for storage, these pieces were. If you have kids and grandkids like I had, you had lots of stuffed animals, you had lots of blankets, you had just big things that took up a lot of space, particularly the stuffed animals that the kids had. And I used to have the ones that was on where you get those nets and you put them in the corner of a room and then you hang all their things up there high to kind of help with a little bit of organization. The downside of those nets is because they're so high, they couldn't get to their toys. So I came up with this one here. It has a gigantic zipper on here. Let me find the zipper. It goes all the way across right here. Zipper, super simple, easy zipper placement. Now you can put their stuffed animals in here, their blankies in here, their extra pillows in here, and they can be all stuffed in here, and then they can still use it in their room. I mean, it's a nice comfy spot. I've got one for my daughter, and she has it stuffed full of his toys and blankets, and he plays on it. He plays his games on it. He watches TV in it. So it was originally designed for an extra storage. I keep popping these. Extra storage for these big bags. The smaller one is this one right here. And this one was designed, and I did it with the beach ball colors so that you could easily unzip it. You can put your things that you might take to the beach, your toys, the kids' nets, whatever you put in here, or you can have it, make it where you can put all your wet gear inside of it. You can even make it where it's partially netted. You can make one of the sections be netting. You can make one, I think I got one here out of baby fabric, fill it with some fleece or something, or fill it so it's just a nice soft ball that they can play with. So you can make these, they go together so quickly on putting these together. You don't have to do the zipper. If you want to do just like a Velcro, you can close it with Velcro, whatever you want to be. Why do we have these today in the sale? Well, because we're giving you a phenomenal price on them. The templates, we have two different sizes on them. You see the size of the small. You see this ginormous size of the large, this one right here. So we're giving you a really good price on these. They are 50% off for this show. The small one is $17.49. So you're going to get the wedge, the piece that makes the wedge, and you're going to get the hexagon with the fussy cut window, because you might want to have something pictured in the center here. And there is a video on the YouTube channel on making these big bags several years ago. I don't even know how many years it was. I look totally different, but on the video, we have the video on creating these. This is the small, $17.49 to make the small one. If you want to make the large one, this is it right here. You get the big wedge, you've got the big hexagon. Now, the hexagons, there are so many projects that you can make with the hexagons alone. But here is something to start it off with. The large one, $40. For the giant, large hexagon, the fussy cut window, and the piece to make the wedge. Full written instructions in here and the video. So bean bag, large, small, on sale right now. More than 35, we're doing them at 50%. Does that sound good, David?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we are moving on. That was item number 11. How are we doing on time?
11:10.
Okay. I figure it's going to take us about an hour and a half, not an hour. I didn't think I could get this done in an hour, Dave. All right, so that one, we are on to item number 12, so I only got 3 more to go. All right, this one here was also in the Sew and Show box. So for you, Miss Eileen, this is in the Sew and Show box. This was our hobo bag, and we designed this one, I want to say last summer. Not quite sure. I remember when I made this, when I came up with this one. I just love this one. I think the one is just so cool, and I really like the feature on how the strapping is done. So in the Sew and Show box, you got everything that you needed to be able to make this fun bag. Now, the hobo bag is designed, typically a hobo bag is a slouchy bag. It has an arch or curve to it. And one of the things I really liked on this one, this looks like a stretchy, but you're working with elastic, but you're not. You're creating kind of this gathered, almost like a hair tie, gathered strap on here, and this fun feature on how it puts all together. And you're not having to do any curved zippers on this one. So in the technique that we were learning, as we were going through our different styles of zippers, we learned the technique of the hidden zipper, and that's what this one is right here. So we had some really fun zipper tape, created this, added a little daggle to it to make it fun. But again, this is one of those projects that's super easy. You learned how to create the snap tab and how to sew it all together, and then you learned how to make these cool straps so that you could utilize this in other designs that you do. All right, the hobo bag, you get the templates, and this was a feature that we just came out with where we connected them. So we wanted to save on having, instead of shipping this huge box, we needed to fix it a box, save on shipping here for you, also for us, but then to be able to create it so that it goes together like a puzzle piece. So you put the 2 pieces together and you get the full big piece. So this one here is the hobo bag. You get the 2, I think there's 3 templates in here, but the 2 pieces make 1, and then you've got the template for the tab, the snap tab. So that's all in here, full written instructions, and of course there's the video on it. But this is one of those ones that just so much fun to make it in so many different colorways. Here we did a pop, you know, I love purple and I love big floral prints. I think this is Margot's favorite bag right here. But look how fun is that one. I think another thing I talked about in this show was sometimes you have earrings that just lose the other piece. So turning an earring into like a little key fob, how adorable is that? This was just an earring of a parrot. I'm gonna flip it around. So instead of having to buy all these different key fobs or decorations, you can just find a random earring that you might not use anymore, or just a fun little, might be something from a necklace that you don't wear anymore that you could easily turn it into a key fob. And I used one of these Circle 8 hooks to hook it onto. Just taking things that you have and utilizing, recycling them. So I think we talked about that in the video, the hidden pocket, and then fun things with using your different key fobs, or to change out your different key fobs, because we gave you this one in the video. But then I pulled out some Martelli fabric that we have upstairs. This one's made out of the canvas in the pink. How cute is that? And I used some of my fun sewing fabric, but I found this cute little balloon dangle right here. So the hobo bag, pattern, template, everything you need on sale right now, under $30, $29.24. So if you don't have the hobo bag, now's the time to get it. It's a great, fun project. One of those things that people are absolutely going to love it. You'll be able to sell them. You'll be able to give them away. They're going to absolutely fun to do. Hobo bag, that was number 12. Number 13. Whoop. Oh, yeah. This one's a big one. This one's also, that was 35% off. The big bean bags were 50% off. What I'm getting ready to show you now is our stockings, and they are all part of the 50% off today. So every stocking is 50% off. So we're going to go through them all. The elf, let me see, I'm going to just set all these out, and I'm going to try to pull up the samples as I find them in here. Okay, let's find the elf. Anything that we use the template to make a stocking. Stocking number 1, the elf template. So you've got the elf template here. There's 2 pieces with this one. You have the elf template, and then you have the 4.5-inch circle. That's so that if you want to add an initial onto it. So we added that with this. But here is the elf template. It makes this stocking right here. Don't have the exact size of what it finishes out to be. So many different pictures, so many different variations of it on here. The elf is on sale, 50% off now, $23.99 to make the elf stocking right here. So that's the elf. Set that one aside. Let's find the next one. All right, so you're going to say, why do you have the fish template in here? Well, because some of us have kitties and we didn't want to have a paw. So I'm going to find, I used the fish template, this large fish template. This one is a great stuffed animal too, to make the fish stocking. I don't think I have written instructions in here, but I think there's a video online where we had done a video on creating the fish stocking with the fish template. So the fish template is on sale for $19.49. And again, one of those templates that you can do so many other things with. If you look right here, you see I've got it as a pet food mat right here. I've made pillows with them. So a lot of things you can do with the fish template, but here it is used as a stocking. So that's the fish template. Next, we're going to do our bone template medium and bone template large. So that's these right here. We got 2 different ones. So I've got the different sizes right here. So the bone template medium made this stocking right here. So how adorable is that? So again, this one here is 50% off. So the small or the medium is for $18.49 for this template right here. So many more things can be made besides just the stocking with this one. That's this one, and they're different than our bone pillows. These are shaped a little bit different than the bone pillows. Here's the large. The large came about because when I first came with this one, who was it that said, was it John? Well, that's too small for my dog. So we made a bigger one. So that's where the bigger one came from. So this is the bone template large. It's longer. So here is just a couple examples of making stockings for your furry friends in the larger size. So the large is under $20, $19.49, 50% off on these stocking templates. Next is our traditional stocking, and it is big. And I can't find my fun faux one, my made with the fuzzy fur, but I've got a couple variations of how big this big stocking is right here. So here is showing you the large stocking, the large traditional stocking. This one right here, and it is on sale. Oh my goodness, $35.99. So 36 bucks, you've got a large. And what makes the Martelli template so amazing versus a paper one that you print out? The paper one wears out over time. As you're cutting around it, gets smaller and smaller and smaller. These will always come out perfect every single time. Of course, you got to get a grip on here, so it's going to hold your fabric for you. You can have several layers and cut out several at the same time. So this one is the large one. I think we got some videos on this one. Next one, going back to pets, this is our paw stocking template set. So you get the paw stocking plus you get the paw print. So it's going to be the main pieces, just 2 pieces, but to make the paw print. That's this one right here. I got a couple of them right here. Here is showing it for the kind of dark on this one. But so I grabbed this one so you could see it a little bit better on what the paw print looks like. So for our furry friends, you got a cute little stocking. This one here is the paw print stocking, paw stocking template set. This one, 50% off, is $29.99. $29.99 for this one right here. All right, moving on to the next one. I'm going to keep with the traditional. Even our mini stockings. So these are the gift card mini stocking is on sale, and I've got a couple of them here. These was in the Christmas box a couple of years ago. Perfect size to stick a couple of candy canes and of course a gift card in here. The mini gift card stocking is $14.99 for this one right here. $14.99. Great project, easy to do. And that's that one. All right, the last 3 are these. How long ago did we do these, David?
Which ones?
The shark, the mermaid, and the bass.
5, 6, 7.
5 or so? Oh my goodness, I have no idea how long ago we did these. We're going to start with the mermaid. I think the mermaid started because mermaids were all the rage when we came up with this, and show baby shark, baby shark. All right, so this one is our mermaid template. And the mermaid stocking for the little girls in your life. So here's the mermaid stocking. It makes this nice size right here. Add a circle to it where I've got a pearl hanging on it or not. Got the full written instructions, got the video. What really gives it the good dimension is when you create the tail fin, you do it with the foam and you do the stitching, and it gives that little bit of a different look to it. And use fun fabrics. This one's all done with fairy frost, but I've seen lots of sequin fabrics, different fabrics that can be done to make these. Then this is the mermaid. It $35.99 to get the mermaid template. Unheard of, right, David?
Oh, yeah.
Unheard of. $35.99 to get the mermaid template. So that's mermaid. But I couldn't let the boys go with just the mermaid. So we got the shark here. My grandson loves his sharks. So we got the shark template. So it gives all the pieces to make the nice big shark. Dorsal fin, side top fin, everything you need to be able to make this. This one was done with grunge, the gray grunge, and it just had that great look for it. Have the foam being used here for the fin pieces. The shark is, I don't know why it's different in price, but it is. It's $29.99 for the shark template set. You get the 3 pieces, the pattern, and I believe there's a video online for the shark. Next and last, for those of you who have the man in your life who loves to go fishing, or my daughter who is all about fishing, give her a fishing pole. If there's no fish to be caught, maybe one, she's going to catch that one. She can catch anything. All right, so we got the bass template set. Full written instructions comes with this one. Find some fun fabrics that has that fish scale and a different look right here. I can't remember what this fabric line was that I found this with, but here's your bass, and it is on sale, 50% off, $35.99, $35.99 to make the bass. So you got your mermaid, the shark, and your bass. All right, that was items number 13. So we just got one more to go, right? And then David's going to be up. So hold on just a second. Let me gather these up for Marissa. Look how cool is that? I got them all together. And here you go. last but not least, we're going to go back to the kitchen. Ready to go back to the kitchen? All right, we're going to do the oven mitts because, you know, the holidays are coming. People are buying houses, always to give them some nice oven mitt. But I wanted to spend a moment to talk about the oven mitts and why these are a little bit different than the oven mitts that we also have. We have the adult and the child size oven mitts. But these are our oven mitts extra long. So this was, I think this was Margot who said, I need an oven mitt that's longer. I think she pulled something out from her bottom oven and I think it caught her on her arm. So she wanted something a little bit longer. And I thought, why are we not making them longer? To protect our arms. So I'm going to show you in comparison on the sizes because we have two sizes of the oven mitts extra long. We have it called small and we have called large. So I didn't bring the templates up here, but I'm going to show you on the finished sizes what it looks like. So this one here, I believe is the large and this one's the small. So here is the large oven mitt right here. Not long, but it's our typical adult oven mitt. Compare that with our oven mitt large extra long. Look at the difference in the length of it. Is this right here. Maybe I can show you a little bit better on something darker. Look at the difference here. Or here it is again, small, the smaller one, adult, and our extra long large. Look at the difference in size. That being said, it's giving you a whole lot more coverage right here on your arm. And the large will fit just about anybody's hands. I've had Nate try these on. They fit him good. My husband's wore these. I've made the large ones for him for when he's working outside on the grill or, you know, inside pulling something out of the oven, just to have this longer feature that covers your arm, protects you from burns. So this is the large extra long, but we also have it in the small extra long. So that's these right here. And here is, I think this one is our small right here. So this is the child size, but here it is in small. So it'd be our child size, just longer. Showing you the difference again in the size by making it longer. Here's the small, a lot exposed right here. Extra long, that's protecting me so much more right here. So the oven mitts are on sale. Were we doing these? I'm trying to remember. I think these are 35% off. So the oven mitts extra long. I'll find that on my list. Hold on just a second. I think I have it right. Yeah, here. So 35% off on these right here. So the small and the large. So I kind of can't, I gotta get the sticker corrected on this one. So the large, extra large on sale, extra long, the large, extra large long is $35.74. The small, extra long is $31.19. So the small, $31 and some change. The large, $35.74. Worth it to protect your arms, to keep you from getting burned. So those are all of our oven mitts, and that finishes my show, Dave.
Woo-hoo. Now you can
Hour and a half.
stay and help me.
What? What? Oh my God. All right. So I hope you liked everything that we had done today. Let me see. Be sure to, if you have any questions that I can answer, you can always reach me. Learn at martellinotions.com. Learn at martellinotions.com. And I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And that finishes my section of the trade show. And now we're getting ready to have David crank it up. You're going to crank it up, right, Dave?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tear it up. I'm going to give you my mic and get my notes.
Thank you so much.
And my glasses and.
How good of a job was that, everybody?
Big hand for David.
How good of a job did she do on all that stuff? How she keeps up with the? I don't even know how you do it.
Mouth is dry.
So I'm going to share a couple things with you. So I'm going to start off doing a product segment, which I'm going to do some products first, and then we're going to get into the table segment. I've already had people ask me, hey, show this, show that. So I'm going to show some of the products, and as we get into the tables, I might show some of the products again, how they work with the tables. But anyways, first thing I guess I want to start with is a couple of things. Oh, if I'm showing a product and you have this product, please, in the comment section, let everybody know you have it and let everybody know what you think about it. So this is everybody else's chance that maybe they might see something they might not have and they might be on the fence and they're going to want to know, hey, is this worth my purchase? This is not worth my purchase. Some of the things that I'm going to show you, I have about 2 or 3 products that are going to be overstock products or maybe one product that I'm going to be discontinuing. One product's going to be new. And then 2 of my products are going to be for those of you that already have my table, and it's more of an aesthetics thing, which I just thought was fantastic. And these products don't come with the table, but I'll show you how they're used with the table. But let's get started with this one first. This one is a discontinued product. We did this a few weeks ago on the sale, the 2-week sale. And basically what this is, it's an electric cutter. Now, what you're going to use this for, I'm going to try to give you as many ideas as I can. I have one. I use it in the garage. If you're cutting lots and lots of fabric, it's kind of big, it's kind of bulky, but it has a blade. It comes with an extra blade. But the thing that I absolutely love about this, how you'll be able to use it forever, it has a built-in sharpener. So once you're cutting boxes, plastic, Christmas time, think about Christmas time. At least at my house, I've got 9,000 grandkids and they all have about 450,000 boxes of toys each. So at the end, of course I was being a little facetious there, but at the end I have all these boxes and I got to tear them up. I've cut my hands on staples before. So putting this down and just running it across the box, it cuts it in 2 seconds. And it's got, you can see right there close up, it's got quite a large gap in there. So no matter what you're going to put in there, plastic or a cardboard, it's going to be able to cut it. But the cool thing is this, I'm just going to sharpen it, I'm just going to run it and I'm simply going to push that button and it has a sharpening stone right there. So it sharpens it. You don't have to take the blade out. You don't have to do anything but simply run the cutter and push that down, and that stone is at the perfect angle and it will sharpen that blade. So that's just some of the ideas that you can do. It's got an extra sharpening stone in case you ever wear the sharpening stone. But this online, this cutter, if you go price this cutter anywhere online, it's about $450. Well, between $350 and $450 depending on the quality. This is a really, really good quality cutter. And I think we have them for, what is the price on this? $99, I want to say. I think it's $99. If it's not, it's a ballpark, but this is a steal. I think I have like 5 or 6 left, but this is our electric cutter. So go ahead and write that down. Remember I said grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. That's why I'm telling you, because you're going to see a lot of things today that you're going to want to remember or the price, but this is actually a really good price, and that is a discontinued product. Can I hand you this, Marissa? Because I'll never be able to put it back in the box. But like I said, you can use that for a lot. It definitely works for fabric, bigger bolts, larger fabrics, but also there's so many different other uses that you have. This is product number 2 that I have. This is our embroidery hoop stand, okay? It's got the no slip on the bottom. Anybody that does embroidery that's watching this is going to be for you. This online is $139, I believe. We're discontinuing this. We're going to sell it for $48.99, I think. Let me get my notes. By the way, in about 5 minutes, I got to do the first winner of the small machine tilt. So if you're watching, make sure you tune into the end, because if your name's going to be called, I don't want to miss out. So I don't want you to miss out. If I call your name and you're not in the system, you need to call Ask Marissa so we can get your shipping address and we can get these things shipped to you. But anyways, this is our embroidery stand. You're going to see it holds 1, 2, 3, 4 embroidery hoops. You can put this anywhere where it's out of your way, and it holds them vertically so it doesn't take up a lot of space. But really and truly, the reason why that you're going to be purchasing this product is because it's discontinued, and the price that we're doing is like 75% off. I don't know how many we have. I want to say 7 or 8, Marissa. But this is our embroidery hoop stand. We have 7 or 8 left. When that is gone, they are gone. So that's the embroidery hoop stand. All right. Next product. Let's see. Okay. This product, these 2 products right here that I'm about to show you is overstocked. They will not be discontinued, but they are overstocked. And the price, because I have so many in stock, we did it for an event. And at the event, there was only so many sold. So we had a lot brought back. But let me go ahead and put this flat. So if you have my table, this product's going to be for you, okay? So this is a 32-inch, I think 3.5-inch strip ruler. So look at the size of this ruler, okay? And you'll see everybody that's watching, most of you already know how our templates, they don't slip at all and it doesn't move on the fabric. This one you're going to buy for the size for 3.5-inch strips. Now, if you have a table, this is what I do. And of course, I'm going to show you cutting later on in this segment. This is just overstock, so I don't want to get into the cutting now. But if you have one of our tables, you can take this right here, just like I tell everybody. Whenever you can cut on a tilt, you can cut ergonomically. It takes the stress off the neck, back, and shoulders. But another thing it does, it gives you a much longer cut. So if I was to cut on a flat surface and I was to cut here, I might be able to cut here. But I'm going to show everybody something. Because we have these tilt features on our table, and a lot of you watching already have tables, so I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put this on the perfect tilt for me so I can reach all the way across without killing myself. So we're going to put it right here, drop this all the way down. Now remember, my fabric is underneath here already. So I'm going to cut a 3.5-inch strip. So once I have the perfect angle for me, which is right about there, then I'm going to raise and lower both sides at the same time. Ready? So now that I have the perfect angle, I just go to the next button. Now, a lot of you have the older tables where you don't have the front to back tilt. It doesn't matter. But everybody has the side to side tilt. So end to end. And there's a reason why we do this. So I tell people, if I'm squaring up my quilts, if I'm making longer cuts, I'm always going to cut on the side where the mat comes to the end of the table. If I'm using this for sewing, on the other end, I put my machine pad and I tilt it the other way, and then I sew ergonomically correct too. But let's talk about the cutting. So now I want you to picture yourself at home trying to cut a 3.5-inch strip. This is what you're going to do. You get on your tippy toes and you reach, right? So watch. I'm standing almost straight up. I'm going to go all the way to the end of the ruler. Come here, cut on the outside of my hip. So this is 3.5. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 cuts of 3.5-inch strips. This ruler was almost $200. What is the show price on this? This is an overstock product. This is the 99. Yep. Lisa does use this one all the time for several different things, but we're doing this for 99 and it's almost a $200 ruler. And I think we only have, I don't know how many we have in stock. Marissa, how many approximately?
It's not just 3.5, but now you're getting 7-inch cuts.
Oh, yeah, 3.5, 7, and then it just goes up because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10.5, because you get 5 slots in there, so you can do the math on that. But they're 3.5-inch strips. But with that being said, you can do multiples. Now, this is a 36-inch ruler, okay? These are, this is the exact same thing. I'm going to put this down. I didn't take it out of the bag, but this is a 36-inch ruler, and this has 2.5-inch strips. Jelly rolls, what's the 5-inch? Charm. So if these,
10-inch,
yep.
7.5 inches, there's so many different strips.
Charm, layer cakes, jelly roll ruler, but these are 2.5-inch strip. But what I love about this, it's got the extra length. So we're taking it off the bolt, you get to cut the whole length. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts you can make before you ever have to move your ruler. And for a lot of you newbies out there, when you measure cut and you move the ruler, every time you move that ruler and you start over, those lengths are never going to be consistent. Well, with our strip rulers, and I'll kind of show you this, the strips in our rulers, there's not a gap there. So it keeps the cutting with pinpoint precision. Pinpoint precision. So this is our 36-inch ruler with 2.5-inch strips. This is an overstock product. I'm not sure how many we have, but what is the price on this one? $99 on both. That is a steal. Look at the size of these rulers. So my 1/2-inch strip ruler is about this size right here, and they're $99 by themselves. So how we gauge prices on the amount of plastic and on the amount of brown no-slip material that's used on each product and the amount of machine time. So when you have a piece of plastic this big that's being put on a laser machine, the machine time almost triples. That's why the price of it, the rulers go so much, or go so high. So when you get these deals, make sure you take advantage. So you have the 36 and you also have the 32. One does 3-inch cuts and the other one does 2.5. So that's very limited. We have just what we have in the overstock, okay? So those are limited, that's discontinued and limited. So I'm going to put this back down and get to the next one. Now, for everybody that has our tables out there, well, let me get this back level so I can show everybody this. This is really, really, really cool. This is an aesthetic thing for me, so everybody loves our tables, so we've worked really hard in the last 5 years to really make sure our tables look like the best tables on the market. So not just perform the best, but we want them to look the best, up to and including like all the screw holes that we used to keep in our table. Now they all have covers, so you can't even see the screws in the table anymore. Our legs, and there's a reason why I'm showing you this, but even with our legs, can we zoom in down here? These are aircraft extruded aluminum, but we even put the little pipes on the end. But years and years ago, the pipes used to be opened and it looked unfinished. And then the wheels. These are the ones that I'm most excited about, okay? So for the last, I guess, 15 or 20 years, we've been using the same wheels. And they kind of look like this. Let's get a shot of this. This is just a cart that I pulled over. They kind of look like that. So if you're looking at that, you're looking at basically an industrial wheel, which is great. You know, they hold up to anything. But I'm going to show you what we've done, and we just got these in, and nobody in the world ever had these. These had to be specifically made for us. So what we did, I'm going to show you two things. These are rollerblade wheels. These are actually the same wheels that they put on rollerblades right there. So they're like a really, really soft rubber. These things roll amazing on carpets, inside the house, outside the house. But this is what I want to show everybody. So for years and years and years, what we've done is when we gave the wheel casters away with the table, they were industrial, and the front two would lock and they were metal, so they would always slide and stuff like that. But these rollerblade wheels are unbelievable. By far the best wheels we've ever had, but all of them lock. And then to unlock them, actually I can show you right here. To lock them, you just push that down and it locks really easy and it does not move. And to unlock them, it's literally that easy. But if you already have Martelli tables out there, what I did is I gave a special price on these wheels. So the wheels, I want to say, are $25 a piece. If you want to replace the wheels that you have with all locking rollerblade wheels, we're going to do 4 wheels for $79. That's like $5 over cost each wheel. Now, I shouldn't have told you that, but, and they're the rollerblade wheels. They're the rollerblade wheels. So if you go look what you have at home on your table, you don't have these. And talking about rolling incredibly, you can roll the table anywhere and it's going to roll nice and smoothly. Now, I have a kit now that I'm going to do with the wheels and the next product that I'm about to show you. And I didn't want to do this, but you're going to kind of have to get a sneak peek of my new table, which I didn't want to show yet, but I have to show it because of what I'm putting on there. So we're going to take this right here. See if I can sneak this out right here. And this was my dad's idea. So I want to tell you something about my dad. So my dad loves to overbuild things, but this is the reason why everybody loves Martelli so much. So I can't beat him up to death too much, because the reason why everybody loves Martelli is because what he does lasts forever. So let's get back on our table. So you see the rollerblade wheels. And I left the pipe covers off. So every table that you currently buy right now, it will come with the pipe covers. But if you're into aesthetics and say it, pronounce, and you want your table to look really cool, look what he did. And I kind of told him, I'm like, Dad, originally I was like, why even do that? I'm like, the pipe's finished, it looks good. He said, Dave, he said, a lot of these people that buy from us, they like to have things look really nice. So these are all 3D printed. So you can take the caps out of your table that you have, or if your table's a little bit older and it's open, we're selling these. We're selling 4 of these. And the one thing that I love about them is it has the little, where the wheels bolt in, it covers even the bolt. So when you get these, you just simply slide it on just like that. So if you want black ones for your black table, you can get them. If you want white ones for your white table, the reason why I put black on this white is, number one, I like it. But number two, I want it to stand out when I showed you this. So these actually take a long time to print. We have a big 3D printer and they're all laid out on sheet. But anyways, these, I want to say they're over $100 for 4 of them. I'm doing $79. But here's the deal that I want everybody to go. If you already have tables and you wanted the bolt covers and the wheels, I'm doing 4 bolt and pipe covers, 4 of these guys, and 4 of the wheels. What was the price on that?
It is, for both, is $145.
8 total items. You get 4 of these for each leg. That will cover front and back, and then you get 4 wheels for the front and the back. What did you say it was? $145 for 8 total items. So you get the wheels and the pipe covers. Now, I kind of showed you one of my new tables in here, which I didn't want to do, but the reason why I had to show you that is because that's the table that I decided to put it on because it was the easiest. So we're going to move this out of the way. So I'm going to move this back. So 4 wheels, So you can buy the wheels by themselves, or you can buy the pipe and the bolt covers by themselves. That's totally up to you. So let's move these out of the way. All right, next thing that we're going to talk about, and this is what everybody had a question earlier, is they wanted to see the machine tilt, okay? So the machine tilt comes in small and it comes in large. I'll take this right here. And I'm going to be talking about this later, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it while I'm in front. So when you're sewing, and this is what everybody does, they take their hands like this and they put the machine far enough away so they don't use it like this, but then they scoot their machine right closer. So they dive into the fabric and they sew just like this. Now, I over-exaggerate things, but I want everybody to see why this works the way that it does. So what we did is we took the sewing machine and we put it on a tilt just like this. So when your sewing machine is flat, your head's flat. When your sewing machine's tilted, it causes you to sit straight. And then when you're also working, your hands are more at an angle, your shoulders are upright, and your neck is upright. So it takes all the pressure off your neck, back, and shoulders. But here's the most important thing. It gives you 100% better visibility when you sew. So when I'm sewing, let's say that again. Yeah, no, I'll do that. I just wanted to kind of give them a quick peek, though. So when your sewing machine's tilted like this, it's going to take all the stress off the neck, back, and shoulders. You're going to scoot over. But what it does is it increases your visibility. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way. I think Lisa's right about that. We're going to turn it this way right here. Yeah. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this down. Can you throw me that chair? Throw me a chair. Yeah, any chair is fine. And I think the best angle is going to be from the side right here. So now, yeah, remember we talked about it earlier, putting the machine on that end. I'm just doing it. I don't even know why I'm doing it over here, but I want you to see it. But that's the end. So if you're buying the Sensational Advantage later, you can sew on this, you can cut on this, and you can also press on this. But I just want to show you this right now. So this is our ergonomic machine tilt. This is small. So now when I'm sewing, can everybody see this right here? Look at my posture. Look where my legs are. Look where my neck, back, and shoulder is. I can see. And the sewing machine is no longer in my way, and because it's tilted, it takes all the stress off the neck, back, and shoulders because I'm no longer diving into the fabric. So the small machine tilt, it comes with the machine pad and 4 no-slip pads to put under the feet, right? It's adjustable. So you can take this back, and it adjusts up to 5 inches. So you can take it from flat to 5 inches, right? Everybody's body is different. Some people might want a small tilt, some people might want a large tilt, but everybody watching is going to want to tilt because you have to straighten that posture up. So it's important to understand that this has an adjustment, so it's going to be able to put it, whoever's watching, it's going to be perfect for you. Now, a lot of people have my stellar sewing tables. A lot of people have my large machine tilts, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. And so one of the reasons why we have this, if you're going to classes, retreats, if you're going to just sew with a friend and you're so used to sewing on a tilt, you're never going to go back to sewing flat again. You won't. Your body will not let you, nor will you want to. So the small machine tilt, it's very short, it's very compact. What are the measurements on the small tilt, the actual platform itself? I can't remember. 12 by, I think it's 12 by 21. Hold on. Yep, 12 by 21. So the machine pad is 12 by 21. Now, we have a larger one. So there's a small machine tilt and a large machine tilt, okay? The large machine tilt, give me the size on the large one. So the only difference between the large machine tilt and the small machine tilt is the large machine tilt will accommodate the sewing machine and the extension table that you use for your sewing machine.
Large is 35 by 18.75.
Yeah, so the large one is 18 by 35. So not only can you put your sewing machine on there, you can put your extension table on there. And the small one is 12 by 21. But what it does, you can adjust it for your personal body, and it will give you much, here's the long and short of the stick. It's going to give you much better visibility, and it's also going to take all the stress off the neck, back, and shoulders, and all the pain is going to be completely eliminated by using this. This is actually a great product, yes.
One question, is there a weight limit on the machine?
No. No. So if you can see that this is a great question. This is HDPE. It stands for high density polyethylene. I could drive my car over this and it's not going to hurt it. I mean, it's literally that strong. You don't have to. Also, here's another question. Let me save you from asking. Does it work with embroidery? Absolutely. So a lot of these machines, when they tell you the machine must be flat, the machine is flat. The whole surface is tilted, but the machine has to be, when you're doing embroidery, what they're trying to tell you is the machine has to be flat to the surface it's on. So even if it's like this, the machine's still flat. All 4 legs have to be touching, but it works awesome for embroidery. embroidery, it allows you to see it so much better, so much better. So whoever asked that, that is a great question. The weight limit obviously will be absolutely no problem too. And then of course it comes with the adjustable feet. Now the only other thing that comes with the large and small ergonomic machine tilt is I give you the squares. I give you the squares to place under these feet, just like so. And it just does the same thing. It keeps it from moving at all. So we have the large tilt and the small tilt. And you can find that on the website. I think there's going to be a deal on that. I'll have to ask what the deal is. It's hard to remember all the prices. All right, next thing I want to talk about. Our number one selling product, and I'm going to be, when I show the tables, I'll be showing this again. My number one selling product on Amazon is my foot pedal riser. To this point, and the reason why I do this, it's called yield. So when we cut these out, you get so many off a sheet, right? The reason why I was able to come up with this product, it's an awesome product. Everybody loves it. The only reason why I was able to make this affordable is because when I cut my tables on a sheet, there's some left over, and what I have left over is what I use for my foot pedal risers. But it's probably been the product of the year for 2025, I would imagine, and halfway 2026. So to this point, we've had to 11 by 11. This is just like your sewing machine tilt, works the same way. You have 5 inches in the back, you have 2 inches in the front, and you have the no-slip material right here. So think to yourself, when you're down there and you're trying to sew, you have to reach down, you have to grab your wire, and you have to reel in that pedal when you're trying to sew every time. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. One of the big things, and I stopped doing this, but we're just going to do it. We're only going to sell this retail. There's not enough money in there to sell wholesale, but we're going to put this online. But this is our 12 by 18 inch foot pedal riser. The advantage over the 11 by 11 is you're able to use both feet on there and the larger pedals with like the thread cutters, because you know some of the big machines out there have some of those big foot pedals, and so the 12-18 would accommodate that foot pedal and will allow you, there's some people out there that want to put both feet on there. And so some people buy 2 of our 11 by 11s. Well, this will do both. The other thing, if you're vertically challenged, okay, I'm a guy and I'm short for being a guy. I'm like 5'9". But if you're vertically challenged out there, this is another great product because not only is it putting it on a tilt for you, neuropathy, knee pain, joint pain, anything, you know, that's below the waist that you're struggling with aches and pains when it comes to sewing, this will eliminate that by putting it on. It takes a foot pedal from flat and it does the same thing as sewing. So, and if you're short, it will raise it off the ground. So basically it's bringing the ground to you. We're the only ones that have this out there that I'm aware of. And like I said, with our no slip material, this is absolutely an incredible product. And this is done extremely well. So this is our 12 by 18. I want to say it's $79 online. There is going to be a little shipping on that one. I don't know if we put that online, but we need shipping on that one because like that's really, really inexpensive. Yes, ma'am.
Kathy Delbon writes, I couldn't live without my foot pedal riser. I have them on all my machines.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Miss Kathy, for saying that. If there's anybody out there that has seen a product that I'm showing or has used the product and you love it, please make a comment just like Kathy. Say, hey, I have that. I love it. And how it's helped you out. Now, I want to say this too. Yes, ma'am.
I will say Irma Davalis, no more chasing your foot pedal. Diana Bulletin, foot pedal is a game changer.
Yes. Yes, great. Well, I'm glad everybody loves it. Thank you so much for all the comments out there. If you get a foot pedal riser, either 11 by 11 or you're going to get the 12 by 18, it depends what stock we have. You might get it white and you might get it in black because this is made from our scrap from our tables when we're making tables. So when you order a foot pedal riser, 12 by 18 on there, you might get white, you might get black. So I just wanted to keep that in everybody's forefront. And again, these are all adjustable. And this is the other thing that's really cool too. For our machine tilts and for these, if you're going to see this foot right here, you see how it tilts? So the legs, even though this is tilted, I want everybody to see the legs. See how the legs are flat to the surface? So I have a bearing in there and all the adjustable feet. Let's do it again. So you see how it's not touching? Watch. All I do is have to push it down and then all feet will sit flush on the floor. And even if your floor is uneven, because you can adjust these to be whatever size you want. Every single one of these are hand adjustable. So you can get 2 inches in the front and you can get up to 5 inches in the back. So you get really, really a good lift. It helps you with all those aches and pains below the belt. You don't have to chase your foot pedal anymore, and you can put your foot on there. So for vertically challenged people, there's a lot of things that you're going to really, really enjoy this for. If you have a significant other, like Roger, he plays a guitar. These are great for electric guitars when you're having to use a foot pedal. Anything out there that you have to use, with your feet, this is a good product to have for you. Okay. All right, so that's a foot pedal riser. Being attacked by a fly up here. One fly. All right. I'm going to have Lisa help me in a minute, but I want to show this product first. Let me bring this back up. All right, I have gone over this and over this and over this. The demo has been long, but hopefully, I know right now I'm talking to a lot of people that already have this product, but I do want to show it because this is unbelievable. I don't want to get into the story how I came up, how I got these, but I'll make it really brief. I was sitting next to a guy on a plane that supplies all the medical industry in the entire world. Well, 80-90% of it in the United States. Let me at least say that. That I know to be true, but probably a lot of the world too. Sewing and quilting is a great industry, right? One of the things that I struggle with the sewing quilting industry and how we've done so well is people will find a product and they'll just sell it, right? We really, really focus and we really take our time in finding the best products out there. For example, listen, I don't say any business names out there, and I don't try to destroy anybody's reputation. That's not what I'm doing here. Ginger is a good, high-quality scissor. Would we all agree with that, right? So Ginger is made out of tungsten steel. Good quality product. So, and I always tell people, I'll never bring something to market unless I have the best thing out there. So that's telling you right now, if I think Ginger is really, really high quality and I brought this to the market, then why did I do so? I'm about to explain it to you, okay? So whenever you sharpen, whether it's tweezers, scissors, and a pinpoint, no matter what you sharpen or no matter what you try to get really close with tweezers, things have to be done on a sharpening stone, right? So here's the thing. When you use tungsten steel, you can only sharpen a blade so much because once it gets to a certain temperature and a certain heat, it will be counterproductive for the blade and it will start destroying the blade, okay? And I probably shouldn't be saying this because I give away all my secrets like a dummy, but I'm going to do it anyways. This is high-speed steel. The difference between tungsten steel and high-speed steel is you can put hence the name, high-speed steel. You can put high-speed steel on a stone and it can take much hotter heat. So if you can put this on a stone to sharpen it, it can take much hotter heat. What does that tell you it's going to do for the blade? The longer the metal's on the stone, the sharper it gets. I will put these against anybody in the world. Now, these are medical. You're going to say, well, Dave, if you know that, other people have to know that. How come other people don't do that? Well, the other reason why other people don't do high-speed steel, the main reason, it's not affordable. That's why it's used in the medical industry. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'll say this. I just happened to sit next to a guy on a plane I told him about quilting and how big it was, and he said, well, we can sell my scissors. I'm like, not for those prices you can't. He goes, I locked prices with this guy for a couple of years on this. I don't want to go into too much detail. That's personal business information, but this is what I'm telling you. The quality of scissors, and I'm going to go over the 10-piece set in a minute. The quality of, is there anybody watching here, Lisa, that has this 10-piece set? If so, if you have this 10-piece set and you use it, please let everybody know that there is no comparison to this and what's on the market. Okay, so these right here have little hooks. So if I want to pull thread out from the sewing machine, can you see that, James? Yep. I take that hook, I can pull the thread out, and then I can just cut the thread. These are incredible near the sewing machine. Matter of fact, I put these on my lanyard, and I use them all the time. So these are little hooks, and they're little snippets towards the end. Now, check this out. This is what I was talking about earlier in high-speed steel. Look at the point. Look at the point on these. I wish I had a little something here. Here's some slick plastic. I just took something out of the package here. Let me see if I can. I wish I had glasses. I can't see. Do you have glasses, Lisa? I'm so blind. I'm sorry.
My cat had glasses. They look so cute.
I think I finally got it. No. Dude, let me get something that's color. I can't see. It's clear, so I can't see. Ah, much better. Thank you. Yeah, I'm at that age, folks. I just told on myself. Okay, no, I couldn't see to get over this. It was clear plastic. So you can see I barely have to touch those points. Look how close it gets to the end. And the points on these are true. Here you go. I know. The points on these are true points. But because we have high-speed steel, I'm able to put that pinpoint precision on the points. Pinpoint precision on the points. It's crazy. Do you? Have you? That's what I was telling you.
I'm gonna let you know that Lene also wrote, yes, love them. Pam wrote, I love my blue scissors. Margie Butler, okay, let's see who else we got. Eileen, I have them. Sherry, Brazel. I mean, there are so many.
That's why I tell you, and I told people this a long time ago when I first brought them out, like last year. And we offer stuff that nobody else has, to this extent in one set is what I'm saying. But look at these scissors. Look at the angle on those scissors, the curved scissors. And look at the point. Look at the point on there. Okay. So you have one set of the curved large. Now, these are the ones I love. I actually sell these individually. I don't know if I have any in stock because they sell it so quick. Embroidery, for embroidery. What was the other thing that you use them for?
Trim it away, fusible.
Fusible.
Get right up to the stitches without cutting the stitches by having that duckbill on there.
The duckbill scissors, but really, really sharp. But you can use these for a lot of different applications. Look at these little guys. I love these. I actually have these on my lanyard too, if I can get them out. They'll get a little tiny curve on them, but they cut so well. But high-speed steel, high-speed steel, high-speed steel. I want everybody to ingrain that in their head. So when I show you products a lot of time, what I try to do is I don't have to teach you how to cut with scissors. I don't need to teach you how to cut with my rotary cutter. Everybody knows how to cut. I teach you the features and the benefits of what separates us from everybody else. In this case, it's affordable high-speed steel. Nobody, I guarantee you, nobody in this industry has high-speed steel. They can't afford it. With the prices that I got, I was at the right place at the right time, blessed by Almighty Himself to get these scissors. So, and we've done extremely well for him, so he's happy. But straight scissors, and then I'll show you a couple more. These lock, what are these called? Hemostats? What are these things called?
Yeah.
These are awesome. So they lock right here, and then when you push it down, and you just here.
Pulling small things through. Yeah.
Yep. And then it just has a little locking up here. So these lock, which are really, really good. And then you have the very small curved scissors. So you can get right there in those fine points. Like the backside of embroidery, I would imagine.
I need to make a long hemostat. That would be great.
Well, he'll do whatever I ask him. As well as we're doing in this industry, you tell me what I want, what you want him to make, and he'll do it. He's been extremely happy, and everything that I told him I think we could probably do has been able to be done. So he will.
They're pretty.
Yeah, and they're beautiful, and they come in a nice case. Look, you put this next to your sewing machine, and you won't need another tool. Every tool that you'll need regarding sewing and quilting will be at your beck and call, and it will be right there on the side. So what I do, I have it on I'll show you this later, but I put it on my Martelli's quilters carts, and all my tools are right there. It comes in a little nice box. It has the M on there. But forget the box. The quality of the tools that you're going to be using. And I shouldn't be doing this. I think I've done this before. It's like $169. I'm doing them for $99. Do you realize that is less? That's like $10 a tool. These by themselves should be anywhere from $18 to $28 per tool. Unless the scissors, these scissors should be around $40, $50. But the 10-piece set, you're getting it so inexpensively. If you don't have this, and you can't, if it's not in your budget to get it, put it on your wish list because you're going to want, you wish. And I don't know, I think I have like 20 left in stock. I put in another order, but it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get things here. But anyways, that's the 10-piece scissor set. You're going to want that, folks. That's one thing you're going to want. All right. I'm going to teach everybody a secret here. All right, let's do this.
Did you want to do the other set first before you get those out?
Which set?
The black one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. I'm going to bring Lisa up on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Let me remove this real quick. I don't know where the tool is. No, is it in here? I might need to go get it for you. Oh, no, I see it. Do you know how to put it in there?
I think so.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
You showed me, but I don't know if I remember. Don't cut yourself with that. Here.
There's a peel.
Oh, okay.
Couple.
So these are a tweezer set. This is a medical. Remember I told you? This will show you right there. I'm not fibbing to you. About the guy that I sat to on the plane that's in the medical. This actually was a medical kit that He originally sent it to me because I was working on a project with somebody else, but I had a bunch left over. So that's why I'm giving you the price. You have to put it down in there, I think.
I know, I'm trying to remember. Hold on, give me a second now. We've got to slide it down there, and it snaps in place.
Okay. So the reason why I just went off screen, I took the skin out because this is a suture kit, but you can use this for sewing, you know, anywhere around your needle. But Lisa found a really, really good use. She goes, Dave, this is unbelievable. So I'm going to let her show you what she's talking about, and then I'll come back and I'll continue. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, so this has some really cool tools in here. It's got a hemostat that's flat. It's got the hemostat that's curved. It's got some little scissors, a couple little tweezers. But my favorite tool in here, and this is so freaking sharp, it is the scalpel that's in here. And I believe it comes with an extra blade. So you got 2 blades, but here's the scalpel. So one of the reasons that I'm finding that I absolutely love using the scalpel piece, have you ever done projects where you're working with the faux fur, right? And it's really hard to cut this stuff. And if you're cutting it with scissors or if you're cutting it with your rotary cutter, you're just going to be cutting off, and you've got this straight edge right here. And it just doesn't look as pretty when you're having to cut with scissors or rotary cutter, or you got to fold everything back and try to get in between so that you can cut this. So this scalpel really was a game changer for using. Okay, can you all hear me? All right, so the scalpel, using this, I'm going to say that all again. When you're working with fun fur or faux fur and you've got these really long pieces and you're using scissors or if you're using a rotary cutter, you're going to be cutting off the pretty part of what the fun fur, the drape, I guess, the drape. And you don't want to cut that part off. So the scalpel was what I found worked perfect for using this tool with. So here's where it was just cut off, and it's just, you're losing the prettiness here. To take this and draw your design on the back side of it. So if you're going to be doing that, remember, you might have to do it on the reverse. Then when you're using the scalpel, you're literally just running it, following your line. You're just going across, you could just follow your line. You do it on the back side. You're not cutting all the way through, you're just cutting that one piece. You're following your lines on it. And then when you pull it off, you did not cut the pretty length. See where it was cut, and then I can cut that off, and now I've got my pretty length. So I have found that the scalpel is perfect for when you're working with material that has the fun fur. Here's why I cut something out, and you can see where I just drew it on the back side, and I could just follow it. And I'm telling you, this thing is super sharp. Just with a little bit of pressure, you're cutting through the back side, but you're not cutting all the way through. I'm going to cut this right here. I'm just going to cut off a little piece and just show you. I'm going to cut this here. I'm just cutting the back side that has the netting that holds it all together, and it's kind of like glued. And then you just separate, you just pull it off, and then you're not losing the prettiness with the faux fur. So that was one of the uses that I loved using this scalpel for. So that's it, David. And the set comes with the I believe it comes with the 2 blades with it.
Thank you.
Easy to change out the blade too, also.
All right, so next we're going to go over a magnet set that we have, that we kind of developed that's a little bit different. So there's other companies. Can you go get me one more of these? Just one. Let me go a second over here. All right. So there are several companies out there that have this right here. So what we try to do is we try to do things a little bit differently. So we've made, hold on, let me get this right here. And then there's one of these right here too. Give me 1 second. All right, and give me 1 second over there, folks. All right, sorry. All right, yeah, what's that?
Lisa's grabbing this.
Okay, cool. All right, so what we've done a little bit different than everybody else's is on our magnets, we actually made the housing ourselves, because there are companies out there that have magnets and it's built inside the housing, but we cut all of our out on a CNC machine. And so what we did, we made it size of the magnet. They're all really, really strong magnets out there, and I'll kind of show you that in a minute. But so we have, I don't have to teach you how to use acrylic rulers. I don't need to teach you that. You already know how to use it. But you're going to use these magnets for those acrylic rulers, whether you place it on top of the ruler or whether you place it on the corners, that's going to be up to you. But here's the sizes, and here are the ones we made. So we made one 30-inch, and our magnets are really strong. So if I lift this up, you see how it will lift the whole thing up? So with our magnets, this is how you do it. It's made really, really simple. You just turn it. Once you turn it, it lifts right up. We have the no slip on the back. Can everybody see that? So one of the first things that we did is when we sold it to a bunch of people out there, they're like, one lady texted me, she goes, Dave, it's literally like having a third hand. Because even if you have a magnet and you set that magnet down, they're still gonna wanna slide a little bit. But when you take that magnet and you add that no slip to it, because everybody knows, let me kind of give you this idea so everybody can see this. Let me get, do we have a ruler over here? Hand me that ruler right there. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, grab me an acrylic if you don't mind. So here's a standard ruler. Pretend like it's an acrylic. When I put this down and you put the magnets on there, it's still going to slide, right? Can everybody see that? But when you add the no slip to the magnets, watch. The no slip already grabs as it is. Can you imagine putting the magnets with the no slip? It's literally like having a third hand. So what we kind of did is we made one that's 30 inches long. With the 30 inches long, we put the magnets towards the end. Now I'm going to show everybody this, how it's used with our mats, okay? But the 30 goes across the whole mat. So every mat that we have, if you want this magnet set when you get done, there's a certain way that you're going to buy it because everything's sold separately and then we sell everything as one kit, okay? So if you look under the mat right here, let me kind of just do this right here. Put this right here. Under our mat, we have a sheet, and that sheet is 24, can you see that, James? Yep. 24 by 36 galvanized sheet that goes under the mat. So if you have our table, it just goes under your mat. If you're cutting on your own table, you're going to get that galvanized sheet and just put it under your mat. By using the magnets where they twist like this, you're going to lift up and then lift up like that. You can put the magnets wherever you want, but they are super, super strong. So kind of if you want to put them on a ruler, and I'll get this ruler in a minute, you can do that. So thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. So if you want to use the corner pieces, you're going to simply put this in the corner. Now, you can just set it on the line you want. So if I want to cut on the 7.5 mark, I can simply put this right here just like so. And then I can do the same thing at the other side. Put that down just like so. Or if I want to use the straight edge, right? Let's pretend like I want to use a straight edge. I can put this on whatever mark I want. Now, this is a longer acrylic ruler. So I can put this, say I want on the 7. So we're going to do that. 7, 7. It's perfect. So now I can just take my ruler and I can just bump it up. I can bump the ruler there. Now, if I want to use the straight edge and I want to put some down pressure on the ruler, I can do that with the corner pieces. I can do that with that. It's going to take that and it's going to grip. So you can put them on top of the ruler. You can put them on beside the ruler. You can move this up right here. You can use them in the corners.
You want to just hold your fabric steady at the end.
Yeah. There's a million different ways you can do it, and then once you get around with these, you want to be able to play with these, you can. But here's how we're selling these, okay? The sheet that we're selling, I believe, is $20. This is how we're selling these magnets. Now, when you get the tables, and I show you the tables later on, the magnet sets come with it. But if you want to buy them, let's say you're using the cutting, you have a table that your significant other made for you. You buy the metal sheet, which is 24 by 36 galvanized metal, and it's going to go under your mat. We sell these two as one. These two come as one, and I'm going to give you the names in a minute. These two come as one. You have the 30-inch that goes across your mat, and then you have the straight, okay? So this is called the C magnetic ruler. C, it's the C ruler. This one is the LS. It stands for large straight, large straight. These are the L magnets for corners, and these are the SS magnets. They're small and they're straight. So once you get this kit, now this is how we sell them. 2 of these come in one kit. What is the price?
That's L, it's $69.98.
For the set?
For the 2 of them.
Yes, ma'am. So $69.98 for the 2 of those. What is the price on the small magnets?
$59.98.
$59.98. The large straight magnet?
Is
$79.88. And the L? Or the, excuse me, the C?
$99.88.
$99.88. But what we did is we did one set Now, I understand ours is going to be more expensive than what's out there, but we're making all the housing, and then we put the no slip on the bottom, which is a big deal. So if you don't, and this, I'll just kind of show you the difference, okay? So here's the no slip, right? You see how it's not going to move? Now, I'm going to take the magnet, and I'm going to put the magnet face down. It moves a lot easier. Once you put that no slip on there, there's no moving it. Now, when it's on top of the ruler, it might move slightly, but it's still going to hold way better, in my opinion, than what you're currently doing. So this single, this comes in a double, and this comes in a double, and the entire kit, which is a 6-piece kit, you get the C magnet, the large straight magnet, 2 small straight magnets, and 2 L magnets. $289.88. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to include this too. If they get the 6-piece, I know you have to add it, but add the metal sheet with it. And what was the price?
$289.88.
I want to do $299. So I'm going to add the metal sheet for $10. We're going to sell that as a kit. So the 24 by 36 metal sheet and 6 magnets we're going to do for that price. Now, I've got some table demos that I'm doing later. These will come with some of the tables. We're including extra products. It seems to be doing well for everybody, so we are going to include that, but we're not going to. Yes, ma'am.
Someone asked, how do the magnets work for long arm clamping?
I don't know. You would have to take that and try that out yourself. I haven't even really looked into long arm clamping at all. This is just simply for cutting. I'm not saying that it won't work. I'm not saying that it will work. I'd have to see the application, and if there's something that we can make for that specific application, if I know what that is, I'll make some really cool products for that too. But I'd have to see what it is. I don't even know. I got no clue. I just have to see. If you want to get my number will be posted. You can call me up and tell me what you do and how you do it, and I'll be glad to come up with something for you. But I just know magnets work really, really well. So with that being said, let's go to the next product. Let me put these over here. Oh, I do want to mention this too. When you're using the straight magnets or the C magnets, the larger one, it works best. Well, actually all of them, they work best like this. When you're going to move the magnet, watch. Okay, everybody see that? Tilt, lift. C magnet. Okay, ready? Tilt, lift. It works better. When you start trying to pull stuff straight up, it's going to be tough for you. How you loosen the magnet, especially with the no slip, is you're going to tilt it and then lift it up. See how easy that is? Tilt. Yeah, and I'm thinking about putting that handle in that one too. Do it like this, or put a handle in there. I think it will work better myself. Okay, but all right, so that's that. Let's go to the next product. Yeah, I know. All right, now this next thing, I'm going to teach everybody a quick secret. Go get, okay, our machine pad is, I think it's 11 by 21. What's our machine pad size? 12 by 21? This is, I'm throwing you a bone here. Go get my machine pad, take some batting, cut it the same size of the machine pad, and make a cover for it, what I'm about to show you, okay? And then I'm going to show you all. So these are our block presses and our seam presses. These are all on sale. They come in a 3-kit bundle, they come in a 2-kit bundle, and they're sold separately. So these are our seam presses. These are great for seams. Now, do you see this brown material right here? It's heat resistant and it's a moisture barrier. So when you set this on the fabric, whenever you're pressing, it gives you perfect seams every single time. So I brought these samples out here. These were done years ago. I mean years ago. But I want you to see how flat. So the initial heat that seam gets is probably the most important heat there is. So I'm just going to set these down. But I'm going to show you the front. Look how nice those are. But look, give you a good sample of that. But look at the back. Can you get a close-up of these seams? So if you're doing seams, once you're done pressing, immediately after you're done pressing, put the seam press or the block press on the block or the seam and let it sit there. Because what happens is, and this is why I told you, get my machine pad. If you get my machine pad, you just get it, you cut batting out, and then you put a cover on it. Because what happens is that this brown material right here, once you press it on the brown material and you put this on it, it traps the heat between both pieces of brown, giving the fabric 100% of the heat 100% of the time. And it's also a moisture barrier. So using my seam presses, you know, at the end of the day, when we're trying to put our fabric through the sewing machine, the flatter those seams are, the easier it's going to sew. It allows us to do our job easier, right? So if you're doing blocks, you know, if you're doing the large blocks, which are typically 12 by 12 or larger, This is my 13 by 13 block press. You're going to set this down just like so, and it's going to retain the heat, 100% of it. Now, here's the other really cool thing. When you're doing blocks, and lots of blocks, I don't care if it's half square triangles, I don't care if it's a full block, I don't care if it's a hexy or whatever it is. Once you're done pressing and you get those seams open, you can lift this up, and you take the next one and you set it down. Then you set, this is why a lot of people have 2 of our block presses. They'll take the block press, they'll set it down. They'll come over here, they'll press it, put the block press down, lift it up, and they'll come right here and they'll just stack them. This is how Lisa does it. She'll take here and she'll sit there and she'll stack it and she'll stack it and she'll stack it. So when you put all those, how many layers do you stack at a time, Lisa, with this thing? 6, 8 layers at a time. So when she's done pressing it, she'll just keep all the ones that have already been pressed over here. But this is good for, this is 13 by 13. So any size block that's 13 by 13 or less, this is perfect. This is a 7 by 7 block press. We have a 5 by 5 block press. We have, this is great to keep around your sewing machine. This is great. So this is the 2.5 by 7 seam allowance. And this is the 2.5 by 5 seam. And then, yeah, same one. So if you go on there, if you go on the link to where it takes you to the trade show, you'll see all these different size block presses and seam presses. We're having a special on all of them. Some come in a 3-piece set. The 13 by 13 comes by itself. The 7 by 7 comes by itself, and then some of them come in bundles. You just have to go look on the website to see what we offer. But I will tell you this, once you start using these block presses, you will never sew and then press without using these again, because of the how easy it allows you to run those big thicker seams through the sewing machine. You don't have to fight with them anymore. So now, remember I told you at the very beginning, I'm throwing you a bone here. Go to my website, find a machine pad. There's one that's 12 by 21, and I think there's one that's 17 by 21. Get it, cut out batting the same size, put a cover on it, and then use that next to your sewing machine or on your cutting table for when you're pressing. And now you have the best of both worlds, because you have this on your block press and you have it on the bottom where you're pressing. So, and people don't know, but our pressing boards, that's what we use. We use that brown no slip material. So when you're pressing, it rejects the heat and it sends it right back up through the fabric. So if you have brown on this side of your press and you have brown on that side of your press, what's going to get all the heat? Your seams. What is your seams like to make flat? Heat. So I think Lisa just... No, I just want to show them. You don't even have to take it out. So,
11 by 17.
yeah. So you're going to take 11 by 17, cut batting out the same size, put the batting down, and then make a cover for it, and you just made yourself a pressing board. I just threw you a bone. I don't tell people that because I like to sell pressing boards, but I just threw you all a bone. This is an inexpensive way to get a perfect pressing board out there. Perfect pressing board. All right. And the machine pads, they come in. Yes, ma'am.
Judy Shepard wants to know how long these prices are good for.
We're going to run these sales through Tuesday. I'm sorry, I said Monday.
We didn't talk about it at all, and I wanted to, we
Yep.
had a break.
Yep, Tuesday.
Go through Tuesday.
Yep, we're going to run these all the way through Tuesday. All right, so let's start getting into my favorite stuff is the tables. And we're going to start getting into that right now. Now, I want to go ahead and mention one of the winners because we already have one of the winners. And so I'm going to mention the winner for the small machine tilt. I had that a while ago. I have it written down. So we're just going to do the small machine tilt. We're going to do a couple winners. The first one is going to be the small machine tilt. So you ready for this? Gloria Quinion Vodan. Gloria Quinion Vodan. If you're not in our system, make sure you call. Ask for Marissa, 850-433-1414. Tell her you are the winner of the small machine tilt, and you have to give her address so we can get that out. But Gloria Quinion Vodan, Vodan, small machine tilt. Congratulations on that. All right, we'll do the other winner in a little bit later on. Okay, starting on the table. Let me get all my table stuff. Now, with this, as I mentioned before, I'm not going to have to teach you guys anything that you guys already don't know. I'm just teaching you how to do it way easier. Take this right here. With little to no effort. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you what you get. Now, when we do these tables, and I show you these tables, I'm going to show you each individual table, and then I'm going to show you the table bundles, okay? Each individual table, and then at the end, I'm going to do the table bundles. So the first table I want to show you is the, what did I do with the remote here? Everybody see what it, oh, this is the Advantage, Sensational Advantage table. This table's 28 by 55. and it has 6 commands. All these commands are very important, which I'm going to show you at the end. This side will go up and down by itself. This side will go up and down by itself. Front and back will go up and down together, and it tilts front to back. I already have a small tilt on here so everybody can see on the screen much better. Now, all of our tables are designed to be assembled very, very easily. So our Stellar table, which is our sewing table, we've had a lot of people getting it because they buy all these monstrosity sewing machines. They get these big sewing tables and they can't even get it in their room. So ours comes in 5 boxes. This leg comes in 1 box. This leg comes in 1 box. The 2 side pieces come in 1 box, and the tabletop comes in 1 box. So that's what I wanted to let everybody know. Super, super easy assembly. So, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you what each table comes with. And not just what each table comes with, but the bundles when we get to the very end. Okay, so first things first. There he goes. I was wondering what happened to my fabric here. So I'm going to show you, let me just cut a piece of this. The first thing I'm going to do is just show you a regular block cut. So we have blocks, we have triangles, and we have circles. So I'm just going to kind of show you that. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you that, and I have showed everybody this. If you're not familiar with Martelli and you've ever used Martelli, this is what you're used to right here. But with Martelli, when you put our templates down, watch, and you move, the fabric stays with it. So it doesn't matter if you bump your template, your cut's always going to be 100% accurate because the measurements are already built in. So picture yourself at home. You take acrylic ruler most of the time, unless you have my stuff. You measure cut and you move your ruler, right? So you don't have to do that. With ours, there's no measuring because all the measuring is built in already. And it's impossible to be inaccurate using the system because I've done all the measuring for you. All of our products are done on a laser machine. Laser machines are known for precision. So what I do is I take all of your seam allowances and I put them in all of your templates so there's no guesswork. So we know that there's a 1/4 inch, so 1/4 plus 1/4 equals half. So if I want to do a 7-inch block, guess what? I just take this out, I sew it together, and it finishes a 7-inch. But if you put that on the mat there, look at the precision right there. Look at the pinpoint precision. I didn't measure anything. I was literally done in 3 seconds because I trusted my measurements that are done on a laser machine, and it grabs the fabric. Now, a lot of people would love, love, love to be able to cut on the radius or cut circles, but they don't because, number one, they tear their mat up, they tear their cutter up, and their circles are never circular. So when I want to cut a circle, all I do is get one of my square templates. I cut the material where I know it's square. So this is 7.5. So now I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to fold this into 4s like so, okay? Once I fold that into 4s, I'm going to take it like this right here, and I'm going to set that down. So now what you do is you take, what I do is I'll take a template, just like so, corner to corner, edge to edge, edge to edge. And so when I place this down and I move it, do you see how the fabric stays with it? The reason why everybody never gets circles and they tear their mat up is because when you cut on a radius, the blade pivots. So watch this. I simply just keep my blade straight. I'm the only one in the world that can cut a perfect circle by cutting a straight line, okay? Everybody watch this finger right here. So I take my finger right here, and all I do is I move the template. So when I move the template, my blade always stays straight. But look, I get perfect circles every single time. Do you get a close-up of that, James? Okay. So also, we're going to get this right here. So it doesn't matter if you want the inside or outside. It doesn't matter. It's perfect every single time. Everybody see that? So now you can do any size, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Anything over 9.5 is its own individual size. If you want to do a 24.5-inch block, call me up. We already have it in stock. If not, we can print it up. So we can make it for you. So this is the next thing I'm going to show you that's really cool. We talked about the strip rulers. Everybody loves the idea of strip rulers. They love the idea of it, but they buy it, they use it, and their strips are never accurate. So I'm going to share why. So this is our strip ruler. The distance between these 2 points is called the tolerance. Can you see that, James? So most rulers, they think they're doing you a favor, and they put that big tolerance in there for you. The problem with that is when it has a tolerance, your blade can go back and forth. I didn't put a tolerance between my lines, and I'm going to show you why. We're going to get a really close up of this. Now, I've tilted my table for you, so you can get a better view. James, you want me to tilt it more so everybody can see this?
No, we're locked in.
Okay, so now what you do is you typically get on the acrylic ruler, you hold it down as tight as you can, right? So listen, I'm going to do 1-inch strips, and I'm not even going to hold my ruler. I don't have to hold my ruler because underneath my fabric never moves, and I'm going to get a perfect cut. The other thing that I'm going to mention to you is when you lift your ruler up, what happens to your fabric? Your fabric always shifts, right? Watch how cool this is. I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to pinch right here, and then I'm going to lift right here. Notice when I do that, other than where it's raised. Look, can you even tell that's cut? Now watch. The reason why you know it's 100% accurate is because you can't even tell it's cut. I had to pull the fabric away from the stack in order for you to see that. So that right there tells you it's 100% done with pinpoint precision. So you can do your blocks. Now, I have two rulers. I have my half-inch strip ruler that will cut any size strip in half-inch increments, and my binding ruler. For example, if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to cut a bias, a 1-inch bias cut, whatever you use bias for. A lot of people don't use it anymore, but if you do, I'm going to take my ruler right here, and I'm going to lay my ruler down. So all my measurements, if you look, are already built into the ruler. So I can see right there, and right there is my 1-inch strip. So I'm going to set this down right there on that line. I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to follow this down. I'm going to put this on this line. Now what you did, if you want to cut a bias strip, is you'd have to square up to your ruler, get on your tippy toes at an angle, and hope you could reach the end of it. Watch. I simply take my ruler, and I move it. Once I move my ruler, I put it in the proper cutting position for me, and I know from here to here is 1 inch. Watch. I don't even have to hold my ruler, and I'm going to get a 100% pinpoint precision 1-inch bias cut. Can you even tell that's cut? Get a close-up of that, James. Can you see that? Can you tell it's cut? Watch. There's my bias right there. I let this do everything for me. I make it as easy as I possibly can for you. I'm not teaching you how to cut. You already know that. I'm just showing you the easier way it is, so all the neck, back, and shoulder pains and hand pains completely go away. So the tools do everything for you. Now, with this table, you're going to get 48 templates. Okay. Now we do make a pressing board. Add that brown material. If you want to add that pressing board to it, you can do so. But with this bundle, this is cool. Remember I said get a pen and a piece of paper at the very beginning? Now, if you go to the link that's on the live stream and you click on it and you go to this table, it's going to tell you everything that comes with it. I'm just reiterating it. You're going to get a rotary cutter. You're going to get a 5-pack of blades. You're going to get the 1/2-inch strip ruler. I don't think the binding ruler comes with it on this one. It's, which ruler does it come with? Do you know?
Let me see.
It comes with either this ruler or this ruler. The reason why I took the other ruler out is, and I'll get to that in a minute, you get 48 templates. You get 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. So you get all of those templates, and you get the fussy cut windows with it. Now, because I included, now I might say one thing and be wrong about this, so you have to look at what comes with it. What I'm telling you, I'm probably about 90% certain, but I could be a little bit wrong, okay? But if you, because there's so many things to remember. But if you go to the Advantage Sensational on the link, it tells you everything you get. Now, the other thing you're going to get is a 6-piece magnet set. You're going to get the 24 by 36 metal sheet that goes under your mat. You're going to get the 6-piece magnet set. You're going to get one of these rulers, and you're going to get some of the templates, right? So this whole setup, I want to say, is around, I don't know, with all the products, it's probably around $6,000, maybe a little bit more. What is the show price on the Sensational by itself with all of these products?
$31.50.
$31.50. And does that include shipping?
It's free shipping.
Wow. Free shipping for all of our tables. Do you know just to ship a table, it's $250? We're offering free shipping for our 25th anniversary. So you're getting about a $6,000 setup plus $250 of free shipping, and all these products you're getting for, one more time? $31.50. That is an absolute bargain. So this is the Advantage Sensational. Now, our Sensationals, those are the ones that tip up, side to side, front to back, and all that good stuff. So there's one thing I wanted to add, because the only thing that I ever get, and I haven't done shows that much very often, but the people that love this table are like, Dave, I don't have the room. I want everybody, this is why I take the time to do this. This is very, very important. So if you don't have the room, you have a sewing table, you have a cutting table, you have a pressing board. So you have all these different things. This one table will do it all. Do you remember I told you when you take your machine, you tilt it, it takes all the stress off your neck, back, and shoulders? So what I do is I take my machine pad and I put my machine pad on this side, just like so. I take, just like I showed you with that chair. I'll put this side down right here. Move my chair over. Oops, wrong side. This side goes up right here. Move this. All right, so let's do this side. So we're going to put this side up right here. I'm going to put this side down right here, just like I showed you before with the machine tilt. I'm going to place my sewing machine right here. Now I have an ergonomic sewing table right here. If I want to cut my pieces, my strips and all that, I'm going to take the front of the table. Now, I had this backwards so you can see it for your benefit, not mine. So now I'm going to take this. If I'm cutting my strips or my pieces, I'm going to stand in front of the cutting table and I'm going to cut right there. If I want to square up my quilts, if I need to cut those long strips like we showed about earlier, I'm going to take it and I'm going to tilt it this way. So I have an ergonomic cutting, squaring up your quilt table. I have an ergonomic pressing table. Even when you press, this is what you do. When I put my pressing board up here, instead of doing this, I do this. So whether it's pressing or ironing or pressing, having that ergonomic takes all the stress off your neck, back, and shoulders. It's amazing. So now you have a table that you can use for sewing. You have a table that you can use for squaring up your quilts. You have a table that you can use for pressing. And then you have a table that you can do all your regular pieces on. Again, all those products that I mentioned are going to be included. So if you're one of those people that's, Dave, I absolutely love it, I just don't have the room. This will actually free more room up in your house too. Wait until I get to the table bundle deal, because when I get to that one, I'm going to show you how these tables work together to make one unit, which is absolutely incredible. Now, these tables, they come in 4 foot, 5 foot, and 6 foot. So you have the small one, which is 28 by 48. Then you have the medium one. This is a sensational advantage. It's 28 by 55 and has the 26 by 38 mat in it. And then I have my 6 foot table, which is the elite. Now, just a general rule of thumb. If your room is bigger than 15 by 15, most people will get the elite. Okay? If you decide you want to get the 6 foot table, it's the same exact table, except it's a 35 by 72, and the mat that you get is 30 by 60. So on the 5 foot table, you get the 26 by 38 mat. On the 6 foot table, you get the 30 by 60 mat. So it's just to give you a general idea. So if you're talking about the 6 foot table, it's like this right here. So the mat on the 6 foot table is the size of this whole table. And then the table's about this big right here. So it's 35 by 72. So the elite is the 35 by 72 table. The advantage is the 28 by 55 table. And then you have the 4 foot table. All of the sensational tables come with the product that I've already showed you, okay? So next thing that we're going to talk about, the next table, this is awesome. It's going to be our Stellar Large. Now, I told you we had two brand new tables. We have the Stellar Medium table, and we also have the Classic Traditional table. Those are two of our new tables that we've made. And this is I'm kind of showing you this so I can show you how it works together. All right. James, can I just move this one out of the way for right now? Will that interfere with the shot? No. Okay, perfect. So now this right here, can you get me that cutter so I can cut the remote off too? Because I got to plug this in now. I need to, there's a little yellow box cutter right there. And can you cut that off for me? Thank you so much. Yep, just cut so I can use the remote. So we're going to take this and we're going to plug this in now. All right, so this one right here is our Stellar Large. Okay, I'm going to put this against the wall. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you table bundle number 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to get this back right here. All right, so we're a Janome dealer. Obviously, I have a Janome machine in here with it's like the same thing as I think it's a M6, but the M6, the M7, and the M8 have all the same cutouts. So a couple things I wanted to go over is same thing. Now remember, what did I do with my chair? Oh, here he goes. All right. So Stellar Sewing Machine. Remember, we talked about stress, neck, back, and shoulders. So when your sewing machine's flat, you have to dive into the sewing machine. So what we've done with the Stellar table, just like our cutting table, you have a built-in platform. That platform will raise and lower. So once you take that and you tilt it, you can probably see it right there from the screen. Your visibility increases. The more angle you put, the better you can see your fabric. And at the end of the day, we need to be able to see in order to sew. So that's why everybody, when they sew, and the machine's flat, that's why they do this, so they can see better. But taking that and giving you a small tilt or a large tilt, depending on your body, gives you much better visibility. It also, this is one thing I love about this, one shoe fits all. What I mean by that is it has a platform that raises and lowers. So it doesn't matter what sewing machine you have, this will accommodate it. So once you get your sewing machine, you simply call Sew Steady, This is how it works. Once you buy your Sensational, you get it, you put it together, then you put your sewing machine in there. Everybody wants their sewing machine in a different location. Some people want to put it closer, some people want it further back, some people want it more right, some people want it more left. So once you put your table together, it's assembled the same way that is. The video is super easy to put this together. But once you get it, you put your sewing machine where you want it. Once you put your sewing machine where you want it, you'll call and you'll get measurements. We sell a ton of these tables. So when you call Sew Steady and you tell them you have a Martelli Stellar, they'll know exactly what you have. They just need to pull measurements because they have the dimensions for every single sewing machine ever made. So this is what I love about this too. Not only do the platform raise and lower, now I can raise and lower. So if I want to sew standing up, I'm going to put this all the way in the up position because I want to show you. You know, a lot of people, they sit down there, they sew and they push down all day and they walk away from the table like this, or they walk away from the table like this. The Stellar allows you to put this in any position. Even if you want to stand for a little bit, it's simply pushing a button. That's literally all you do. So whether you're sitting or whether you're standing, now your visibility increases tenfold. Now, I also have a ruler here. The ruler that I have here is placed there for your seam allowance. If you're working on clothes, you're working with 5/8. If you're working with a quilt, it's a 1/4 inch. But you have a ruler with all your 1/4 inch markings that's set right here into the table. So you don't have to get up. You don't have to go look for that ruler. It's already built in. This is really cool. How many out there of us sew perfect 100% of the time? No, we don't. But there are some really good ones out there. But if you don't and you happen to need to square something up, it's literally this easy. Everybody that has our table right there, you know our mats are built in. So I give you a 12 by 12 mat, cutting mat, that is built into the table. Can you imagine trying to use a plastic or a rubber cutting mat on plastic without it trying to cut and square things up without it moving? It would never happen. So we actually build ours into our table where it never moves. See that? It's locked into the table. So now when I'm sewing, let me put this all the way in the up position. So it doesn't matter whether I'm sewing, it doesn't matter, if I'm using the sewing machine in any capacity and I need to square something up, it's literally just pivoting to my right and it's right here. So I'm going to stand up. Again, I'm 5'9", probably 5'9", but it doesn't matter your height on this. I'm going to put this all the way up because I want everybody to see how nice this is. So sitting, standing is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to tilt this. I'm going to tilt it towards you too. Even looking at that camera straight down, look at the visibility change. So now I'm kind of talking. I probably should turn it this way. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn it this way so everybody can see. Okay. So now when I'm sewing, can you get over here, James? So now when I'm sewing, look at my posture. I have a direct line of sight to that needle. I'm standing. I could put it higher if I wanted to, but there's no need. Also, right here, if I need to square something up, I just pivot and I cut. It doesn't matter if I'm sitting or standing, it's going to be the same principle. This is huge. Now, with the Stellar, I give you these products right here, but I don't include the pole. So I want everybody to think about this. You're sewing at home. You're working on let's say you're working on a twin quilt. What happens when that quilt gets to the end of your table? And this is why nobody ever sews at an angle, because they can't. They would fight with the fabric. But what happens when your fabric goes over the side of the table and all the weight of the quilt? Lisa, what happens when your weight of the quilt is, it pulls your needle, it throws your timing. So what we did is I developed something called a quilt assist. So these pipes go into your sewing table and there's a pipe up there. Now, now I don't provide the pipes because you can get it cheaper than me. You can go to Walmart and get a shower curtain, or you can go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get a curtain for like a shower drape curtain. Drape rod for like 15 or 20 bucks. And then you get those little drape circles with the little clips on them. So you put the pipe here and you put the clips on the pipe. So when the quilt comes out the back end, it goes up, not down. And then you take your quilt and you just clip it with those little clips. So here's your quilt. Okay, here's your quilt. You just take your clip and you clip it on the quilt and it holds the quilt. So now all of the weight of the quilt is above your needle. So if the weight of the quilt is above your needle, do you ever have to worry about shattering your needle, breaking your timing? So you know what the Quilt Assist does? The Quilt Assist makes this Stellar an infinite table. Well, Dave, what do you mean by that? Well, you need a large surface to support the weight of the quilt. Well, if the weight of the quilt is above the needle and it's clipped, how big of a surface do you need? You don't. So when the quilt comes out, it goes immediately up. And once you clip your quilt, it's done. So also your power source, we give you a power source with this. So you get the 2 Quilt Assist poles. The only thing that you have to buy is the drape clamps and the poles that go across. That's what this is for. That's why the Shepherd has a shepherd's hook on there for the pole. And I used a lot of curtain rods is what I did, because they have some really nice ones out there at Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're not very much money. So let me put it back this way, I think. Now, move this right here. So with this, there's a couple reasons why nobody could ever do this. Can you imagine putting your sewing machine on your $15,000 sewing machine on a tilt? But everybody knows about our no slip. I can take this and I can put this at a full tilt and never ever worry about my machine moving because our machine pad is built into the platform. So it's not built in, but you put it on your platform, and once you put it on your platform, it sticks to the platform and the machine sticks to your machine pad. So it doesn't matter what angle. Now, this is what's really cool. Let's say we talked about embroidery earlier, right? I just take this off if I want to do embroidery. I'm going to take this off. I can raise my machine all the way to where it's level with the table, and then I stick because the platform raises and lowers, so it doesn't matter what machine you have. So I'll raise my platform all the way to the top, and then I take my embroidery unit and I just stick it on. But now, how much better can I see my embroidery unit, my embroidery with my sewing machine is tilt at eye level? So much better for your embroidery. Now, you want to see something really cool? I'm going to put this back. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about. So we talked about the power source that you get. We talked about it accommodating any sewing machine on the market. There's not one that it won't accommodate. We talked about being able to measure your seams. We talked about having a built-in cutting mat so you can square everything up. So the next thing I'm going to show you, which I absolutely love, it's probably my favorite feature right here. Well, part of my favorite feature. Let me put this all the way back down. Is remember we talked about the table bundle? So I'm about to show you which table has a sensational advantage, and the Stellar Large, and the Quilter's Cart. Which bundle is that? Oh, that's right. Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you. I knew there's a reason why I did that. Okay, this is going to be bundle number 1. Okay. Well, before I do that, let me show you one more. Let me show you one more table, because this is going to come with it. Okay, so this is my Quilter's Cart. Okay, I'm going to show you, this is going to be bundle number 1, but I want to tell you about this first. So all my tables, my Advantage Sensational, my Stellar, and my Martelli Quilter's Cart Pro, every single table I have has 14 inches of lift, 14 inches of lift. All right, thank you, buddy. This is how I use this, okay? So bundle number 1, well, let me finish telling you about this first. So this is the Quilter's Cart. I'm going to show you a couple things on here once you get it, because it's going to come with your bundle. So if you look at these little dots, I put those little dots in there for a purpose. So what I did and what we do, this one was just made, so that's why it's not done. But I take a little tiny drill bit, and I'll drill through all these holes right before I even put it together. I'll take a little tiny metal hook, little tiny metal screw-in hook, and I'll screw in all the hooks. Do you remember the 10-piece scissor set that I showed you earlier? I put little strings on them, or my lanyard on them, and I hang them up all right here. So now, and this is kind of, I probably should have done it the other way. I'm doing it backwards. But this will also raise and lower 14 inches just like this and just like this. So now when I'm sewing, let me put this all the way down. So now, that's exactly right. Lisa's exactly right. So now I'm nesting. So I want to use the tilt feature, because at the end of the day, the tilt feature is what takes all the stress off the neck, back, and shoulders. So if I'm using the tilt feature, I want to be able to have access to where my stuff is not going to move, right? My scissors, my tools, my cutter press mat, this mat, my serger. So now when I'm sewing, I'm simply going to turn over here to, if I have to press something really quick, now I have it. So I use it for nesting is what I use this for. Now, well, that's what I was just about to go there. This is why I love this kit so much, this bundle so much. With this bundle, you get the Stellar, you get the Sensational Advantage, and you get the Quilter's Cart. Now, this is what's really cool. If you set it up the way that I'm about to show you, it will revolutionize your entire sewing and quilting room. You will never need to buy another piece of furniture again as long as you live. You'll never be able to do that. I don't care how cool my tables are. These tables are going to be all that you will ever need. So what I do, and I'm just going to kind of set it up and show you. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to bring my sewing table just like this. Then I'm going to take my cutting table, which is this guy. Let me unplug this real quick so I don't ruin everything. So now I'm going to take my cutting table, and I'm going to bring it just like this. Okay, so now my cutting table does this. So I'm going to show you how to revolutionize. I'm going to show you how a 5-foot by 6-foot area will do everything that you ever need it to do. Okay, let me move my wheels in right there. And this is going to go out to out. Okay, so now If I'm cutting, I'm on this side. I can take my table, I can lift it, I can tilt it this way, I can tilt it that way, I can tilt it towards me. So now I'll take my table, I'll tilt it towards me. Now I have a ginormous cutting table. But this is what I really, really wanted to show everybody. So now I'll take my quilter's cart and I'll leave it right on the side of my tables, just like this. So if I'm sewing, I'll take my quilter's cart and I'll bring it this way and I'll nest it. If I'm cutting, I want to use that tilt feature, I'm going to roll it the opposite way. I'm going to roll it this way, right here, and I'm going to nest it for my cutting. So now I need a 5-foot by 6-foot area, and it will do everything that I've ever needed it to do. Now, if you don't want to use the quilt assist and you have a California king-size quilt, you can now have a huge table. You can take this, you can tilt this, and then you can just raise this one right here to match this table right here. It doesn't matter if you're doing it sitting. It doesn't matter if you're doing it standing. It's irrelevant. Now, I'm gonna take it because I want to show you real quick. Okay. So now I'm just going to take the back table and I'm going to lift that back table up to where it matches the front table. Look. So now I still have that tilt feature, right? But now look, I have a ginormous table. So there's so many things you can do. And this is not a very big area. I can take my hands and do this right here. Watch. Take my hands, do that right there. I can take my hands and do this right here. And that's all the area I need, a 5x5 area. Then I take my quilter's cart and I can just pull it that way and I can pull it this way if I want to cut. So I still have my flat surface, I still have all my tools, but I can take 100% full advantage of the tilt feature on either side. So this is going to be bundle number 1. Now, the quilter's cart is sold by itself, okay? The Stellar is sold by itself. If you click on the link, it will tell you if you want just the Stellar, it tells you everything that comes with the Stellar. If you want the Sensational Advantage 5-foot table, click on the link, it will tell you everything that comes with it. If you want the quilter's cart, it's sold by itself. So if you want the quilter's cart, I want to say the price is $17.50 on the quilter's cart. What is the price on it by itself? It might even be $19.99.
On the sale, it's $15.99.
That's with the bundle though, right?
No, on its own.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys really got to. Oh, I know why I did that. There's lots of people I already knew that was going to watch today that already had our table. And because you already had our table, I'm just going to mark the price for $15.99. I also did that too. If you have a significant other and they want the ultimate card on there, that's why I did that. So I based that price off of hopefully selling volume today. But I have to look at my notes. Hold on real quick because it's hard for me to remember everything. Let me look at my notes over here. If you want bundle number 1, let me see. Bundle number 1 includes, you know what? I'm going to make you call me to give prices. I don't want these prices out there. If I leave these prices out there, it will put an expectation somewhere, but I've heard it a million times. But Dave, you remember you sold it? No. If you want this bundle price, because it's really, basically you can get almost this entire bundle, if I remember correctly, for almost the cost of one table. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want bundle number 1, where you get the Stellar Large, you get the Sensational 5-foot, and you get the Martelli Quilter's Cart Pro, you're going to call me. 850-512-2222. Send me a text. I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. When you send me a text, you're going to tell me the table bundle that you want, and then I'm going to send you a text showing you what you get and what the prices are, okay? So this is table bundle number 1. You can buy this by itself by clicking on the link. You can buy this by itself by clicking on the link. You can buy this by itself, clicking on the link, and it tells you what comes with. If you want the table bundle where I'm giving you all 3, you must reach out to me. 850-512-2222. Send me a text. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Now, this is the last one, and this is the one that I've been really excited about. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the winner of the block press. This is going to be winner number 2. Just brought and set down a minute ago. Ashley Rose is the winner of the large block press. Ashley Rose, congratulations. If you are not in our system, Ashley, please make sure that you reach out to Marissa, 850-433-1414, and let her know your address. What's that? No, I've got one more table. I want to get through the table bundles. Yeah, I'll go over the chairs. The chairs will be the last thing I cover. All right, so this is table bundle number 1. It's the Stellar, the Advantage, and the Quilter's Cart. This is the one that I've been waiting for, folks, because this one is the one that's going to be it's new and it's most affordable. Yep, new table and most affordable.
Brand spanking new.
So everybody and their brother, here, let's just do it like this. Let's just move this straight, and then I'll put this straight here, right here. Just like
You
here.
won't be using these anymore. Did I hit that? I'm so sorry.
Okay, give me 1 minute, folks, so I can get this. We're kind of in a. Can you imagine doing this upstairs? That's right. That's what I told you. That ain't gonna work. All right. This one. We're gonna move this one out of the way.
Battling chords.
Yep. That's the thing. It's playing musical. Hold on.
Oh, you got locked.
Yeah. Playing. There you go. No, that's how it plugged in. Thank you. All right. As you can see, I'm not a multitasker, but I will tell you this. This is the table that everybody's been asking me for the last 5 years.
Oh my goodness. Take this
Thank you.
to the studio.
Yeah, we'll get you one up there. Lisa's always, as much as she does, she's always the last one to get her tables up there.
She sells them all.
Yeah, it's keeping them in stock. Okay. Everybody wanted a serger table. Everybody wanted a table. They like, you have the Stellar. It's great for all these big, expensive machines, but I don't want to take my little travel machine, and I don't want to take my travel machine and put it in a, in a $6,000 table. I don't need I want all the features and benefits. I just don't want the big table. So what we did is we made the Stellar Medium. The Stellar Medium. This is the same thing as the Stellar. It has the same features and the same options. Let me plug this guy in because I want to show you how this. Here we go. Oop. All right. So this is the Stellar Medium. The measurements of the table. Do you have the measurements? The outer. So I want to say it's
28 by
40 wide, 40 wide, and what was the other?
28.
28 by 40. It's just like the Stellar. Notice we're a Janome dealer, so I have a Janome serger machine in there, but this is going to have the same features. It's also going to raise and lower. So you can put it all the way at the top if you want. Same thing. You're going to put it together. You're going to call So Steady, and you're going to order the plexiglass cutout for it. So you can put this all the way up. See how it's coming up? And it doesn't matter how big or how small your serger is, you can put it down. Once you get this together, you put your machine in there, and then you call So Steady, and you give them the measurements.
It's like an industrial machine.
Yeah, basically.
Your big flat surface.
Basically, you just have you couldn't have said it any better. What Lisa said is exactly right. Basically, you now have an industrial serger machine. But the other cool feature that the industrials don't give you is this. I also included the tilt with the serger. Because you're constantly running. So you want to be able to see, right, to stay next to that foot. And then up to and including being able to even move your machine over this way, like this, and sitting right here and running everything like this. Because when you do this angle, everything's ergonomic. And then also, it will also raise and lower like every other table. Look. So not only do you have the 14 inches of lift, you also have the front to back tilt. You also have the platform, so it doesn't matter if it's a baby lock, it doesn't matter if it's a Janome, it doesn't matter if it's a featherweight, Bernina. Featherweight, perfect. Think about that, a featherweight. Now, I will tell you, if you're going to go to a retreat for 3 days and you're significant, or you are taking a truck, throw the sewing table in the back of the truck. It's really not that heavy. It's 28 by 40. Now, my other tables are a little bit more heavy. This thing is really and truly not that heavy, and there's a machine in there. Yeah, plus you get the new wheels and the whole 9 yards. But great for serger machines. Now, the opening, when I say the opening from here to here, is
22 by 14 and 3/8.
14 and 3/8 by 22. So that tells me any machine that's 13 by 21 will fit in there. You need just enough room for the plexiglass cutout. So that's the general standard. So one more time on the opening is what? 14, one more time. 14 and 3/8
by 22.
By 22. So 22 by 14 and 3/8. So go measure your sewing machine. Go measure your serger machine. Your serger machine is going to fit. I can tell you that right now. But if you don't want to buy the Stellar and you don't have one of those expensive tables and you have a smaller machine, I'm telling you right now, this is affordable. So what you're going to get with this, you're going to get the power source, and you're going to get the tool tray. So when you have it on a tilt, the tool tray has the no slip on the back and on top. So the tool tray with keeping all your serger tools will be right there. So it doesn't matter what tilt you put it at, it's not going to move. But the table price for just this one, the retail is $5,000. We're doing $25.99. That's free shipping. Free shipping. Brand new table, $25.99, free shipping. Now, this is the next one that I was going to tell you about. Do you remember how I showed you how the Sensational Advantage and the Stellar Large work together? Remember I showed you that one? Watch this one. Because not everybody, let's be honest, not everybody has the same budget, right? So what I did is I tried to make an affordable table for people that are not operating on the same budget as other people. For example, this is my Classic Traditional. This is brand new. I made this one where it's super affordable. The legs are different on it. You still have your 14 inches of lift, okay? You don't have the tilt feature with this. It will raise and lower, but it won't tilt front to back. It won't tilt side to side. Some of that want the raising feature because that's the most important one, and the tilt feature might not be as important. So do you remember how I showed you earlier? Remember how I showed you the cutting table and the Stellar and the Sensational? Same with this one. So this one right here is going to be my Stellar Medium. And this one is going to be my Classic Traditional. Now, Classic Traditional, if you want it by itself, you can buy it. It comes with the, let me look at my notes. Let me look at my notes. Give me 1 second because I want to make sure that I don't get everybody too excited, but all right. Okay, Classic Traditional comes with the 45 millimeter rotary cutter, a 5-pack of blades, a 26 by 38 cutting mat, a metal sheet, and the 6 magnets. So if you want this table, it will raise and lower. Push of a button. It goes up and it goes down. It has 14 inches of lift, just like the rest of our tables. It just doesn't have the tilt feature. So the retail value on this one is $34.98. $19.99 for this and all of that product. The magnet set alone is what, $300? So really and truly, when after giving you the mat and all that, you're looking at this table's like $1,400. It's the same thing as a quilter's cart almost. Because I'm giving you the magnets. You were going to buy the magnets anyways. Now you don't have to buy the magnets and the sheet because it comes with it. So rotary cutter, 5-pack of blades, the 6-piece magnet sheets, and the metal sheet that goes underneath it. The retail price is $34.98 just for the table. The retail price with all the product and everything is probably $4,500-ish. We're doing $19.98 with all that product and free shipping. Now, Stellar Medium, right? For the smaller machines, the one that everybody's been asking for forever. Let me look for that one. That one is, hold on, let me find it here. I have all my notes here. I just want to find it. Okay. The Stellar Medium. It comes with the machine pad. It comes with the tool tray, and it comes with the power pack right there. The Stellar Medium, the retail for the Stellar Medium is $5,000. If you buy it by itself, it's $25.99. Now, this is the one that I wanted to find. So, table bundle number 2. Table bundle number 2 will be the Stellar Medium, and it will be the Classic Traditional. And hold on, so 19. I can't find what I did with it. 40. Hold on. $43.99. Table bundle number 2. If you want table bundle number 2, call me. I probably shouldn't have told you that price. But $43.99, you're going to get the Stellar Medium, which accommodates any serger machine. Or you can buy this by itself, or you can get the Classic Traditional. And same thing I showed you earlier, right? So I take my cutting table like this. I take my serger table like this. I'm doing it backwards, but you guys will get the point. So now, if I want to use my serger, or not just a serger, a regular sewing machine, watch. Serger or regular sewing machine, watch. So I butt these up together, just like so. Just like so. Let me get the other side. So now I can butt these up, and I'm going to do the same thing. So now I have a larger sewing table, and same thing with the cutting table. So this still has the tilt feature like the smaller package, but yeah, so $43.99. Now, if you want to include, let's do this. If you're getting table bundle number 1, which is the 5-foot, the Stella Large, the 5-foot, and the Quilter's Cart, that's bundle number 1. Bundle number 2 is simply the Stellar Medium and the Classic Traditional. And bundle number 3, if you want it, call me, I'll give you a price. It's actually, I can give you a price now. You're going to add $1,500, and the Quilter's Cart will go with this too. So you get this individually, or you can get it with the Quilter's Cart. With the Quilter's Cart, I think it's $59.99 with the Quilter's Cart. So 3 pieces, $59.99. And then you call me for the other. So Studio Table Bundle 1 is the Stellar Large, the Sensational Advantage, and the Quilter's Cart Pro. Table Bundle number 2, Stellar Small with the Classic Traditional, and Table Bundle number 3, Stellar Medium, Classic Traditional with the Quilter's Cart. So those are the table bundles. If you want you add the Quilter's Cart to this, you're just going to add the $1,500 to it. So with that being said, is there any questions? We did both. We did both winners, right? On the okay. Now, last thing I want to talk about is the chair or the stools, because everybody's been waiting on that, and I've been putting that off and putting that off and putting that off. Now, the reason why I have been putting this off is because, thank you. I'll get it in a minute. We are on a 6 to 8 week wait. I'm just going to say this before I show you the stool. We've had the chairs and the stools, which are the same exact thing. There's only a little bit difference. We've had them out approximately for about 4 years now, 3 years, and I just finally signed a big deal with I can't give you the name yet, but you'll see them sooner or later. But they are buying our stools, and they are going to go with their certain color. But it is really, really taken off. And our stools we've had out for probably about 5 months maybe. And people are absolutely loving the stools. It's the same thing as the chairs. The only difference is, here's the only difference. The height, it has a much bigger gas spring in there. And then also, let me put this up because I want to put this where everybody can see it. Take this right here. Well, I just want to see, well, I'm gonna show it in a second. So it has the larger air spring. It goes up higher, and it also has the position for you to put your legs. So if you're if you're doing long arm quilting and you're doing it by machine, it has a place to put your legs up, right? But here lies the difference. With this one, the price difference, I think we're doing $350. The price difference is the ring that it comes with and the larger air piston. So the only thing I'm going to tell you is this. Everybody already knows how comfortable the chairs are. You know it moves. And on the website, it tells you how high it goes. Look, I'm 5'9". Hold on. Look, you can see my feet, how far. If I put my feet flat, you can see how far off the ground they are. Everybody see that? And then I can put it all the way down, and my feet still kind of won't touch, you know, because I'm just short. But anyways, so you can raise and lower it. Also, this is really cool too. You're going to lift this lever up right here. Once you lift that lever up, watch how far the seat goes into your bottom. See how its support comes all the way in? That's very uncomfortable for me. But once I put that down, what I do is I'll put it back to where I want it, which is right about, let's see, right about there-ish. And then I'm going to take this right here, and then I'm going to raise and lower this to whatever position I want. So there's your stool. There you have it right there. Take this right here. And then, of course, it will raise and lower. So your support, you can put wherever you want it. You can raise it, you can lower it, and also has a place for your feet. Now, here's the kicker. Excuse me. The stools are going to be $350. There's going to be a 6 to 8 week wait on the stools. But there's a colorway on there if you want it, because I'm telling you, when we order these things, I have to order so many at a time. I would like to be able to order more, but because I import a lot, prices get, kind of ridiculously expensive, so I can only import what I can import. So they go quick when I get them in. Everybody's like, why don't you buy more? I'm like, well, can I borrow some money? Because when you buy this stuff, it's very, very expensive, and you have to pay up front. There's not like going to a bank and say, yeah, I'd like a 10-year loan. No, you pay for your product, and you pay for it up front. So $350 for the stool. Go ahead and get it now, even though you're going to wait, and get the colorway that you want. Now, popular colors are our teal is very popular. Our pink is really popular. Our purple is really popular. What other colors are popular? Pink and purple and...
Purple was,
yeah, purple is really big.
silver and black. Do we have black this time?
Yeah, no, we'll have black. But I'm just mentioning, yeah, you'll see the colorway. I'm just saying our popular ones are pink, teal, and purple. Those are our most popular color. And there's like a cream color that's popular too. So, showing you all this product. Is there any questions anybody has? Any questions anybody has? Remember, if you want a table bundle, you must call me. If you want to buy individual tables, you can buy individual tables. You just click on the link. Even if you're watching this tomorrow, or there's going to be probably thousands of people that watch it later. Not everybody, yeah, everybody's working. So, I mean, for us to do 70, 80, 90, 100 people on the live today, I think it was great. Thank you for showing up for that. But the majority of the people watch it when they get off work. So, if you're watching this later, my phone number is 850-512-2222. That is my cell phone number. If you want table bundle number 1, we're going to go over it one more time. You're going to get the Stellar, you're going to get the 5-foot Advantage Sensational, and you're going to get the Quilter's Cart. Table bundle number 2, you're going to get the Stellar Medium, you're going to get the Classic Traditional. Bundle number 3, you're going to get the Stellar Medium, you're going to get the Classic Traditional, and you're going to get the Quilter's Cart Pro. So, and I think I gave you the price on bundle number 2. What was the price? Like $4,300 or something? I don't remember exactly. $4,600, something like that. $4,600, something like that. But we've never made anything this affordable. And the great thing about this, any serger or any smaller sewing machine, this is what everybody's been waiting for. Now you have it. So, I hope everybody.
Can they be? Can you get the tables for different machines? And I'm like, well, that would just be getting different inserts from.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's what I was telling everybody. It's a great question. Everybody's like, does it work for different sewing machines? That's what's so great about our products. Our products, it doesn't matter what sewing machine you have. Let's say you have a Baby Lock in here. Let's say this is a Baby Lock serger. And let's say I go buy a Bernina. I'm simply going to take my Baby Lock serger out. I'm going to put my Bernina serger in there. I'm going to call Sew Steady and say, yeah, I have the Martelli Stellar Medium, and I just bought their Bernina, blah, 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 blah. Can you make me a cutout? They're going to say, okay, put your Bernina serger where you want it. You put it where you want it. They're going to say, okay, give me the measurements from here to here and here to here. And they have all the schematics of all sewing machines. So to answer your question, once you purchase your table, it doesn't matter what sewing machine you have, Stellar Large or the Stellar Medium. It doesn't matter. One shoe fits all. Our tables will fit any machine out there. Any other questions?
That one, even your big ovation with it, yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think.
Well,
asking for the price of the bundle, and that needs just.
Yeah, call me. If you want to call me on the bundle, just make sure you can go back and watch us. Tell me what bundle you want, and I'll give you a price. I'm going to have invoices with me all weekend, okay?
Is there a bundle with bundle number 1 where you can also include the serger table? So she wants
yes.
Number 1 plus the serger
yes.
table.
So if you want bundle number 1 with the 3 tables, and you want to add the serger, just do this, okay? Because you're buying the 3-table bundle, I'm going to include this for $2,400. I'll include the small one for $2,400. If you get bundle number 1 with the 3 tables, I'll include this for that price as well, which is a freaking phenomenal deal. So you're probably looking at about $22,000 retail on that bundle, and you'll probably pay less 70% of that. You know, I haven't done the math, but
free shipping on that too?
Yeah, free shipping on all the tables. That's the great thing about it. You know, shipping is $250 per table. That's what our shipping cost is for the 25th anniversary. So just let me give you this, and then I'm going to let you go with this. So if we were going to go to a trade show, right, and I just say I had the Stellar Large. Remember what I showed you earlier? And I was selling that. And anybody watching can verify this. If you've been to a trade show, if you're going to go to that trade show, you're going to pay what the final price is going to be anywhere from $3,700 all the way up to $4,400, depending on the taxes, depending on the region, there's a lot of variations in there. So if you go, that's a trade show price. That's a trade show. So I'm selling to you less than trade show prices. I told you that at the beginning. I wasn't lying to you. I mean, you go back and ask anybody that's this. This is our 25th. This was supposed to be a big to-do. That's why I was having Selena email every other day and having Lisa put posts on the Martelli Quilters group. This is a big deal for us, you know, and we wanted to thank you guys, you know, tremendously for tuning in with us. But for 25 years, that's why you're getting these prices. Go ahead, Lisa.
She's asking, I have Fred asking me, what is the metal silver pole for? Those are stabilizer bars.
Yes. Oh, great question. Thank you, Fred. So on the sewing tables, they're just the stabilizer bars, what we call them. But on the cutting tables, if you want a cutting table, you have to order this. This does not come with it. This is extra. If you want storage, there's an extra pole that goes down there, and then there's little store. We call it the rat rack. It's called the ruler and the template rack and a bin. And just like a train drives on a train track, when there's two pipes down there, that storage sets on those pipes. So one is a stabilizer bar, but if you have two pipes in there, it's good for storage. Great question, and thank you for reminding me of that. Great question. So yes, but that's a stable. The one comes with it. If you want the storage, you're going to get two with it. But you have to order the storage sec. Now the storage is $125 for the rat rack and $125 for the bin that goes with there.
Storage racks are awesome because they're slotted and you can put your rulers in.
Great point. So the rat rack that goes underneath where the storage is, it has slots just like this. Here, I'll show you. Okay. So, and I don't think we have one together, and I completely forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. But it's about like that long, and it has little, right here, it has a little half of a moon right there. And then it's a track. And then it sits on there just like this. And your rulers and your templates go underneath your table, out of your way. Always in arm's reach, but out of your way. And it's called the rat rack. And it's you can only get them on the cutting tables, not the sewing tables. It's called the rat rack and the bin. They can find those online too, can't they? If you can't, listen, if anybody's confused about anything and you don't understand about something, simply call me. You have my number. I'll answer questions. I'll do more than just write up invoices. I'm going to answer questions. Even if you're buying one table, if you go online to buy it and you have a question and you can't figure it out, call me. I'll help you with it, and then you can go buy it online. Or I'll do an invoice for you. If you feel more comfortable talking to me so I can answer questions, I'll do the invoice for you so you don't have to buy it online. I'm not going to change. The prices are going to be the same whether I sell it to you or whether you go online. The reason why, I knew I was going to get a lot of calls for this anniversary. I knew I was going to sell a lot of tables, and I didn't want to get so overwhelmed with all these calls. That's why I designed it where if you're buying a single table, go online and buy it. And if you're buying a table bundle, come to me and I'll do the invoice. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to answer your phone calls or take questions if you have them. I would never do that to anybody. I'm always here for y'all. I always have been since the beginning, and I'm going to be here until Lord willing, he takes me home. So any other questions with that? I don't know about all of you, but yeah, like, comment, share. I don't know about you, but I had a good time today. I can't believe I remembered as much as I did, honestly. That's
Well, you're working on for months,
yeah.
thousands of notes.
Yeah. That's why I've got tabled notes and everything. But I sure do appreciate everybody tuning in. My number one last time, 850-512-2222. Office number is 850-433-1414. If you want to buy any of these tables singly, go online and buy it. If you want to buy a table bundle, call me. And if you have any questions, call me. I'm always available. You know, even after hours, I'm going to take a bunch of invoices with me, and I will help you the best I can make any informed decision that's going to work best for you. I'll work hand in hand with you to get that done. Thank you guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed and safe 4th of July holiday weekend. And we'll see y'all again here shortly in the next few weeks in another sale. Thank you guys so much.